Real Reels.
What's up, guys, and welcome to We Real Reels, the monthly podcast where we review old movies to find out if they were as good as we remember or if they are just terribly delightful. I'm your host, Panda Brandon, and with me is my half-brother, the Grizzly Zane, and the beautiful Koala Sam.
Hello.
This podcast does contain spoilers, and we will be discussing the movie at length. This is a mature content podcast, so be prepared for harsh language and awkward situations. All sound clips, music, and trailers are only used for review purposes and belong to their respective owners. Got a great hypothetical for you guys this month.
You do.
Would Leonard fit in with the Addams Family?
I think so. He's weird as fuck. Well, I don't want to say he's weird. He just has an odd condition that they probably would love and enjoy and just...
He'd be trying to kill them all the time, thinking they're Gomez's James G. Or something. And then
they would thrive off it.
Yeah, as long as he don't bring a gun in there, I think it'd be...
Oh, it don't matter.
No, I think... They were like getting
immortal or something.
They were getting horny off of torture, so I'm pretty sure that they were fine.
But if he came in with like a bat or something like that, they would. They'd be creaming all over.
Yes, they would have loved him.
Yeah, man, that'd be an interesting little movie there, man. I wish AI could make these things happen. Well, let's go ahead and get into our first segment of what you've been doing and what you're gonna do.
Watch it, pal. What have you been doing? What are you gonna do, huh?
All right. Koala, you want to start us off this month here?
Yeah, let's go ahead. So what I did last month is I have finally officially completed the original book cover of Throne of Glass series. It's literally been years, and I finally was able to complete it. So super exciting for those book nerds out there. You will understand. Everybody else, you're just like, that is the lamest fucking thing ever. We did end up booking a place on the beach for a Hilton Head trip that's coming in July. So that's exciting. I was literally just want to say it. So we did Mother's Day. I know I just did it again. G, I'm going to give a shout out with G. He ended up giving Alyssa and I Chippendale tickets, and it was interesting. We did it last night, and it was interesting. There's definitely a lot of women that are single and that just want to like rub all off on all the guys. But it was interesting because it was dancing, there was singing, there was like a magic trick. There was this interesting scene where they brought like this shower thing, and the guy ended up getting in there and is like acting like he was naked, but like obviously he's not naked.
She's struggling over here, bro.
It's not that.
Oh, okay. What I was saying, she over here dying. She's like,
I know.
I gotta get out of my mind before I keep thinking about it. She said magic trick, and I was gonna say something like, they make a dick into somebody's mouth or something.
That would have been.
Like, where'd it go?
What's that South Park episode?
The girl's like,
that South Park episode where Randy was doing dick magic.
Popping out of his ear.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting, but no, we did not see any penises or any booties. It was just abs that we've seen. So it was interesting. It was something. It was cool to see for an experience the first time that you ever go. It's not something that I would need to go again or like want to go again, but I definitely want to do a shout out to Panda because it's something that we communicated about it, but he's seen it as entertainment. Like, he was completely fine with it. I just know that there's other guys out there that would be like, no, my spouse isn't going to go see this. And it's just whatever their reasons are. It was cool that Panda was cool with me being able to experience that. I mean, it's just like, obviously I'm not going out there and touching, or I mean, I probably could have had the opportunity, but I'm just like, I'm not going to. But it was cool. So I definitely give a shout out to Panda for being cool and trustworthy.
Baby oil on your face and that.
She come home slick as hell.
So what we're gonna do, or what I'm gonna do next month, is I'm super excited. My oldest sister is coming out next week for her son's graduation, so I get to see her for just like 2 days while she's here. But it is her birthday party, or it's her birthday. So it's been fucking like 10 plus years since I've been able to celebrate her birthday with her in person. So that's super exciting. And then in June, I think we're doing our 8-year anniversary. So we got to figure something else out, and then just got to get back to working out. So yeah.
How about that?
It's a lot, and I struggled with the ums. Real
Chris,
bad.
do you think you can do less
I can see.
First one right there.
No, that was on purpose. So traveling around, trying to see more of the country. The best place I've been so far is, what is it called? Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh,
yeah, it was pretty out there because you got to see the beach. I seen a destroyer, a Navy destroyer.
oh,
That's cool.
That thing was pretty cool. So I walked around town. I got some Ubers. I got some beer. People was real nice. They had a little park. I went around, walked around there. I was petting dogs.
So this is while you're traveling for work?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So whenever I get somewhere, they let me go wherever, as long as like I'm off duty. So that's cool. Also, I have been bringing my own food to work, and I've been on this diet since last month.
Go on.
25 pounds.
Ooh.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
He's talking about gaining, not losing.
Oh.
No. That's what's up, man.
I was 315, probably a little more than that, probably 318, 320, close to that. But I'm just saying 315, and now I'm down to 280.
Oh, right.
That's awesome. Wait, that's more than 25 pounds, right?
315 to
15, and then 80 is 20. So that's
Yeah.
almost 35 pounds.
How about that?
Did I do that math right?
We'll let our listeners decide.
But either
I'm
way,
just
that's
happy
awesome.
that it's off. And all just to like stop drinking sodas, anything with sugar in it. So that's why I have my Diet Dr. Pepper right here.
Got his diet soda. You know what I've heard? I heard if you eat a sweet and you drink a diet soda, it cancels it out. Is that true?
Not how it works.
I'm not trying that. I'm trying to keep this train on the tracks.
Okay.
I don't know what my goal is, but I know that I'm gonna try my best to hit it because the food I've been getting is real good, and this is the only thing that I've been eating is sweet. I've been cutting out bread, carbs, everything. It's just meat and vegetables, and I've only been eating once or twice a day.
Dang.
All right.
So
That's
now-
impressive since you're driving
Yeah.
and that long. That's really impressive.
That's one thing I wanted to do because I know, man, there's truck drivers out here that's so fat and out of shape. I'm like, I do not want to do that. I want to get out here and not sweat as much, not struggle as much because there's a whole bunch of crawling up, getting on top, man. But it's good. I had to stop wearing pants and start wearing shorts in the summertime because my nuts was getting super hot.
Oh my gosh. Too much information.
I'm like Derek Lewis over here. But yeah, that's so far so good. I've been sticking with it.
Good.
Yep. I cut down on alcohol. I cut down on everything pretty much, man. The only thing I'm really doing is getting on Instagram, talking to you guys every day. Brandon and Chantel keep me entertained for a couple of hours while I'm traveling. But hey, I can't complain, man. I got people to talk to.
That's awesome. You're officially out training, I'm assuming? Like officially,
Yeah,
100%. You on your own?
I'm on my own. The other thing is, wish my sister a speedy recovery. She's in the hospital right now. She had a growth on her neck, and I don't know exactly what it was, but she said she was losing feeling in her neck. So she was like, and then it started like moving down to her shoulder and stuff. So she went to the hospital. They cut it out, and hopefully she'll be able to walk soon. But it has something to do with her nerves and her spine.
Oh,
But
that's not good.
Yeah, I'm really concerned, but you know, we're a strong family and we're gonna get through it. So love you, Zach.
Prayers.
Next
Send
month,
us.
next month I'm going to try to keep on keeping on with my diet, keep on traveling, moving, get my flower bed under control.
I thought that one kid was supposed to.
Yeah, only thing he did was strip my flower bed. Now I just need somebody to help me get it together.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's it.
That is it. That's all right. That is all right.
Less
Way better than I did.
Last month for me, we had an amazing we had an amazing Easter party, and
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we had a whole family over, extended family, close family, all families, animal families, and a big Easter egg hunt. It was awesome, pretty cool. Everybody had a good time. Even Brandon showed up. It was WrestleMania too, so it was also a combined weekend. And the day before that, it was like a WrestleMania weekend, so it was Saturday and Sunday. And everybody come over Saturday, had a great time. And then Sunday was Easter party. People stayed for WrestleMania thing. And Brendan's just a matter-of-factly with how he talks. And it just rubs people the wrong way. You know, even if he's dead wrong about whatever he's saying, he makes you sound like you're stupid for not knowing whatever he's saying that he don't even know. One of them was a creatine thing. He was drinking so much water because creatine was going to do something to his body or something. It was going to like drain him dry. It was
his
something.
liver or kidney or something. Was.
And Devin, who worked at GNC, who knows all about the supplements, and he sells them. Well, he used to sell them a lot, so he had to know a lot about them. He's like, yeah, that's a myth. And dude, Brennan had this fucking gallon jug of water, just sipping on it every 10 seconds. And he kind of educated him, but it was hard because of how he sounded. He was like, I have to take this because of my liver. They was like, what? But yeah, there was that. And it was a great time. It was just beautiful time, family, friends, WrestleMania. My boy L.A. Knight didn't win, so I was a little disappointed. But he still had everybody saying L.A. Knight. AJ Styles lost to fucking Logan Paul. I don't know. All right, guys, this isn't a wrestling podcast, but it just upset me, okay? One thing that did make me happy, though, heel Cena, the 17-time world champion. Somebody from my generation broke the record.
So, thing is, though, is that you wasn't a John Cena fan before this.
No, because he wouldn't go heel. That was the only thing holding him back from being the greatest of all time. That's what I kept saying. And then he went heel, and now I bow down.
Now you want a shirt.
Great. I want all the shirts now. Greatest of all time. Career-wise, I am still at the plumbing place. I am in the office. And last month, I received a raise and Employee of the Month. Only been there.
Wait. So the special thing is that there wasn't an Employee of the Month before you were employed. How many people were pissed off?
Well, they were confused too. I was like, they was like, congratulations, man. Some of the plumbers come up to me, congratulations on Employee of the Month, man. And I was like, oh, cool, thank you. I didn't know we had one here. And they was like, neither do we. So yeah, man, I'm Employee of the Month, and nobody has been crowned Employee of the Month in May. I got it at the end of April, and nobody's been crowned in May. So I told them, if nobody gets crowned, I'm 2 times Employee of the Month, because you couldn't find nobody better than me. So I'm claiming it for another month. And as long as nobody gets it, I'm going to keep on claiming it.
Is that your logic?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you, man, I'm going to come in there with a championship belt and start looking around at people like, y'all get the picture, huh? See what's going to be happening around here now? All right, then.
I don't think that's how it works, but okay.
I have made a mistake, and that mistake is being too reliable. I am very good at doing the office stuff. I want to be out in the field, though, and learning how to be a plumber. And there's a lot of office drama there that is like, it's unnecessary. But I'm too good in the office, so they don't want to tell me they don't want me back in the field. They don't want me leaving the office, but they don't want me back in the field. So I'm going to try to make that happen, though. Yeah, if they start pissing me off in the office, I'm going back in the field. They better change something. Dang it. Anyways, besides that, though, it's been great. You know, next month I plan on going back in the field at least once or twice a week, learning how to become a plumber, because this office stuff it's just not Schedule's nice, but it's just not it. And besides that, I don't know. Well, Nothing really planned. What's next month?
June.
Alright.
Yeah, we're gonna celebrate Grizzly's birthday.
Oops.
We
Grizz.
got the what is it? The game night at the end of the month here with Atlas
Yep.
E. We'll see if we can bring him back too. But yeah, that'll be it. That's gonna be it for what we doing.
Let me go back because your story reignited something in my mind.
Oh.
After WrestleMania, I stayed over. And I got up in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that because I cleaned something up and I don't know what the fuck I cleaned up.
I apologize.
Yeah, Grayson kept coming in our room and using the restroom. I was like, why are you not using your room? There's blood in there.
And I'm looking like I looked on the counter, I looked in the toilet, and I'm like, there's nothing here. And then it was after Easter. It was after WrestleMania, and everybody used the bathroom, and he did that, and he pointed it. It's at the base of the toilet, and it went all the way down the side of the toilet. It was on the wall, and I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Uncle Zay, blood,
Yeah.
blood.
What the fuck?
So I believe what happened is I was drinking too much sugary alcohol, and I had I had
A Bloody Mary?
big old headache, and it forced after a hangover you throw up. So I threw up, and then I was like, okay, I can wash my face or whatever. I try to brush my teeth. I just with my finger, and then I put my hand up to my nose, and I was like, fuck, my nose is bleeding, shit. And I try to lift it up, close the bleeding off. I put napkins and stuff, but it was too late. It was already on the damn toilet. And I was like, damn, okay. So I got wet wipes and I got regular toilet paper, and I was just cleaning up as much as possible. Because I'm not trying to, have y'all clean up my blood. So I'm cleaning it up. And I look up, and I'm going to give it to him. Your cub is like a shadow. And he scared the hell out of me when I turned around. But then he seen the blood, which apparently, the way he seemed like he was used to it. Because I turned around, like, oh, what a man. He's like, hey, you okay? I'm like, yeah. What's going on? He's like, okay. You want to see my toy? First thing, I was like, oh, damn. Yeah, go ahead, show me your toy.
Will that make the blood stop?
Yeah, look at this. Then he was like, you want to see my other toy? I was like, no, I'm going to go ahead and go back to sleep. And then he just went back in there, came back with another toy. I was like, nice. Sweet. And he's like, are you going to die? I'm like, no. My nose is just bleeding. It could be allergies. It could be, something. He's like, okay. Let me get this other toy. I was like, no, don't worry about it. Just go in your room and fall asleep. And then I went back in there and passed out again. Woke up and you guys were about to leave, I think. And I went home.
Yeah, he's definitely on a death kick. He'll be like, when I'm 100 years old, are you going to be dead? I'm like, shit, probably. I'm 30 years older than you, so most likely.
He told me whenever you're 100, I'm going to be watching YouTube.
Yeah.
Because
like, he's not allowed to watch YouTube right now. So, that's his thing.
Well, I don't care.
It was hilarious. I was telling my wife about it, and she was crying. By the way, he was just nonchalantly, are you going to die?
Probably so, kid. Get back in the room.
Oh, man.
Well, let's go ahead and get into our next segment of Grizzlies, Anime and Arms.
It's over 9,000.
Alrighty, guys. This one's going to be pretty damn fast because I've been told I like to ramble on my animes.
Remember the last episode.
This one, I'll highly recommend. I believe it should have been Anime of the Year. It came really close. I think it came in second place. This is Frieren Beyond Journey's End. This was a manga from April 2020, and it turned into an anime fall of 2023. So it only took 3 days to get animated. Produced by Madhouse, and if you know anything about anime, Madhouse is a good company to have animated your anime. But Frieren is an elf mage, about 150 to 100 years old. It's not sure on here. Who is traveling with her mage, human student, name is Fern, and a human warrior named Mr. Stark. They're trying to get to the Valley of Souls where they can meet their old friends who have died. In the Valley of Souls is where Frieren and the Heroes Party defeated the Demon King. So there's a whole journey to get there, and they're learning how to, fight and beat demons and all this other stuff. So there's a lot of evil entities trying to stop them and kill them just because they see how powerful they are. I would say if you like anything like Lord of the Rings,
love that.
You would like this. It's a long journey. You really get to know the main people, and they don't go off on tangents to learn about this thing or that thing. No, it's Fern, Frieren, or Stark's past. That's it.
Okay.
I'll literally give this a 10 out of 10.
Wow.
For animes.
Dang, okay.
To recommend. Okay. You guys will love it if you see it.
Same thing about Solo Leveling.
Solo Leveling is a 10 out of 10 also.
What's better? Gun to your head.
Because I like fighting more, Solo Leveling.
Okay.
But if you want to get to know the characters and fighting, Frieren. That's all I have.
Frieren.
Like it. Short and sweet.
Wow.
To the point.
Informational. I like it. That was awesome, Zay. We are going to go into Panda Tales.
Sit back and prepare yourself for Panda Tales.
That's appropriate for this movie.
It sure is. And it's appropriate for this Panda Tale. Because this Panda Tale is about real-life families that are almost like the Addams Family.
Okay.
Starting off with the Von Thurn und Taxus family.
That's way too damn long.
They're European aristocrats, known for their eccentricity and Gothic flair, especially Princess Gloria in the 1980s. Google it. Their lifestyle combined nobility, lavish parties, and offbeat fashion with serious devotion to family. Their opulent castle, Schloss St. Immeran, in Germany, almost feels like a real-life Addams mansion. Another family that's a little offbeat, the Osbournes, rock royalty. When the Osbournes reality show aired, many compared them to a modern Addams Family. Ozzy, Sharon, and their kids were quirky, dark-humored, and oddly endearing despite the chaos.
I'm looking at that Princess Gloria von Thurn und Taxus. It looks like she's normal now. Maybe.
She has sexy goth back in it. Ooh.
Unique
New York. This next family I will not name because I think you both know who they are. But I do have a description of them. In the heart of a windswept seaside town stands a peculiar little eatery, the kind of place that seems to exist slightly outside of time. It's run by a tightly knit family whose reputation drifts through the neighborhood like the smell of sizzling meat, curious, persistent, and just a little strange. The patriarch is a brooding figure, a man of few words but deep convictions, wholly devoted to his greasy griddle and his ever-changing culinary masterpieces. Some say he's whispered to his ingredients, as though they might whisper back. At his side is a woman of boundless enthusiasm and an uncanny ability to find melody in mayhem. Her laugh echoes down the street like a siren song from another dimension. Their children are distinctive. The eldest, a monotone dreamer with an unsettling fascination for the romantic and the equine, journals her cryptic thoughts in a notebook no one dares to read. The youngest is chaos personified, a tiny trickster who wears her rabbit ears like a crown and conducts social experiments with disturbing glee. And the middle child, a soft-spoken bard with a falsetto voice and a soul too tender for this world, often seen crooning love songs to inanimate objects. Locals say the family never quite blends in, yet they're always there, surviving every mishap, haunting every town event with their odd charm. Some wonder if they're cursed, others suspect they're blessed, but all agree, once you step through the door of their strange little shop, you never really leave the same.
And they want a bunch of Emmys.
The only way I got that was the ears, the bunny ears. up until then, I'm like, who the fuck is this about? But yep, the bunny ears.
Y'all readers, think about that. Comment who you think it is. And we're going to move on to our movie review. But before we do, we always like to enjoy our movie review with an adult beverage. And this month's adult beverage is White X Cognac. The future of smooth. Tired of the same old break free with White X Cognac. A revolutionary spirit that redefines sophistication. Crafted for the modern palate, White X is a luminous expression of tradition and innovation, offering an unparalleled smoothness that sets it apart. Imagine a crystal clear liquid shimmering with an inviting brilliance, hinting at the crisp, clean taste to come. White X delivers on that promise with every sip. Delicate floral notes dance with hints of ripe orchid fruits, culminating in a remarkably clean, lingering finish that's both refreshing and deeply satisfying. White X is not just a drink, it's an experience. Perfect for elevating your evening, whether you're celebrating milestones or simply savoring the moment. Enjoy it neat to appreciate its exquisite purity, on the rocks for a cool, sophisticated twist, or as the foundation for innovative cocktails that truly shine. Dare to be different. Taste the future. Experience White X Cognac. Smoothness elevated. Clarity defined.
I feel like you were waiting the whole entire time to pop it. Like, okay, is it now? Is it now?
I always do that, but
there it is. Oh, beautiful. What movies is in? It's fairly new, so there are no movies, but I did find out that this was created by rapper Quavo and the Sazerac Company.
Who's rapper
Quavo, that's the one that died, ain't it?
No, that was Offset that died.
Offset's dead?
Yeah, didn't Quavo recently die?
So two of them are dead?
Isn't Offset the one that was dating Cardi B?
No, Quavo was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he not dead then. Who was that? Is it Rich Homie Quan? He might be dead.
No, not Rich Homie Quan.
Yeah, he might be dead.
Damn.
Why is everybody dying?
The part of life.
But aren't they young though?
Yeah, one of them got shot. Both of them got shot.
Damn.
Oh, well,
And then
Rappers
what's his
always
name?
getting these bullets. They got to stay away from.
What's the other guy? The one that shot Megan Thee Stallion. Didn't he just get stabbed 14 times?
jeez.
What the fuck is his name?
Oh man, Trey. God damn, not Trey Songz. Come on, man. You know who he is.
I know he is.
You know
bro.
who he is.
So the person who stabbed Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He went to jail. Oh, he shot her. He didn't stab her.
No, he shot her in the foot.
Yeah. He said, bitch, you keep on coming. So that pinky toe off.
Now you want to shoot me in the pinky toe.
She didn't believe him.
Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez. I knew it was something with a T. God dang. He got stabbed 14 times.
He got stabbed 14 times.
And he's still living.
Yeah.
Man.
Damn.
He a soldier. He about to come back harder than 50 Cent, big dog.
He was sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Or should I say he got shanked 14 times?
I don't know. Maybe it was like little bitty stabs. Little pin stab.
Tory Lane stabbing.
Anyways, man. Okay, let's get into this movie. Take a listen to this.
What do we say?
Now.
Children, put down that antenna.
I'm blinded by such beauty.
How can I compete? You're twice the woman I am.
Look, a new chapter.
Don't torture yourself, Gomez. That's my job.
All right, guys, that was a great trailer. We are watching the 91 Addams Family. which as of May 2025, you can watch it on Pluto TV or Netflix, or you can buy it on physical or digital. It was directed by Barry Sonnenfeld, who also did For Love or Money, Addams Family Values, Get Shorty, Men in Black, Wild Wild West, Big Trouble, Men in Black 2, RV, Men in Black 3,
Dang, okay.
and 9 Lives. It's starring Angelica Houston, Christina Ricci, Raul Julia, Christopher Lloyd, Jimmy Workman, he's a working man, Carol Strachan, and Judith Malina.
How did they put the actors and actresses' names in order? Because why is the child actor before Gomez?
Because Christina Ricci is a star. But you better put some respect on her name.
I mean, she's good, but like you would think that you would put the main actors on there.
Yeah, probably. But it came out on November 22nd, 1991. Other movies that came out in November of 91 were The People Under the Stairs, Beauty and the Beast,
Ooh.
Cape Fear, An American Tale, Feifel Goes West,
Hey.
Highlander 2, The Quickening.
Boo. That was one of my picks for the worst movie that we can review.
Oh, Highlander 2? Wasn't as good as the first one, huh?
Hell no.
There can only really be one Highlander movie. It made $191 million on a $30 million budget.
Dang.
Wow. Success, huh? Well, let's get into the plot. When a man claiming to be Fester, the missing brother of Gomez Addams, arrives at the Addams home, the family is thrilled. However, Morticia begins to suspect the man is a fraud, since he cannot recall details of Fester's life. With the help of lawyer Tully Alford, Fester manages to get the Addams clan evicted from their home. Gomez realizes the two men are conspiring to swindle the Addams fortune and that he must challenge Fester. The opening scene is Christmas carolers caroling in front of the Addams home, the family mansion.
So this can be considered a Christmas movie.
Ew. That's the only part that does, man.
Yeah, and all of the family members are around at the top of the house with a boiling pot of, hopefully it's just water,
Well, even if it's boiling
That they
water,
end up
it's still.
pouring on the people.
So, first of all, I'm assuming. You said what?
There was nothing in there. It was just smoke.
Not with these family. But my thing is, like, later on, you'll realize that there's a gate. One, how did they get through the gate? Two, why would they choose this family? They have to know who these people are and what they would do. Three, Christmas carols are supposed to be singing towards the fucking house. They are on these people's property and they're singing facing away from the house. That doesn't make sense.
The gate might have been on Christmas break. Okay. Yeah, think about that. And then we're introduced to each family member. We see the Thing on the piano, playing some stuff. Pugsley is tied up with an apple in his mouth. Wednesday is the daughter. She's about to shoot him with a crossbow. And Gomez goes he goes down the stairs on one side of the building and then goes up the stairs on the other to find Morticia laying in bed. And they talk about how he was an animal, a demon, and that she would like him to do that again.
That she was terrified. But I missed something. So when they were at the top of the house with the boiling water, you can tell the makeup on Morticia, her face was obviously her typical pale white face. Her chest was her normal tan color. So it was massively off of it.
Well, they speak in opposites. So if they're unhappy, they seem to be very happy. And Lurch, this huge Frankenstein-like figure, packs the lunch for the kids as they head off for school.
They're
What's
growling.
up in there, man?
I don't know, they're growling or something.
What was it?
Yeah, his little bag, the lunch he gave Pugsley. He's like, oh, let me look inside there. He was like, rah, rah. He just closed it back up. Well, Gomez decides to hit golf balls off of his roof into the neighbor's house and goes right into the window. Guy's trying to enjoy a bowl of cereal. Boom, all over his
He
face.
didn't have a chance to put the damn spoon in the bowl.
Nope.
Yes, and Gomez calls him Judge. He says, sorry about that, Judge. You can keep the ball.
You can tell he's mad as hell. He's mad as hell.
Yeah.
But I will say about Pugsley, everybody looks so far great. They're very different, weird, offsetting. Pugsley, though, to me personally, does not fit the character of any sort of weirdness. He just looks like a normal, typical white boy dressed up in like a striped shirt. Like, he doesn't look weird.
That's a bald head, but
He don't got no bald head. He got a short haircut with the little
buzz.
Sorry. Later.
Yeah, he's dressing up as Fester for Halloween.
Well, Gomez he's talking as if Uncle Fester is going to come back to them. So I guess he left the family at some point. As far as we know at this point.
Well, at the beginning, before he even went down the stairs and up the other side, he visited Uncle Fester or the Fester's room, and he was talking about how he's been missing for 25 years and like the Bermuda Triangle and yada, 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 yada.
Well, two people show up at the gate and they come in, and the lady is saying something about they're the last people that can pay you. And then
Last client.
Yeah, she asks, she's like, this is so infuriating. And she's like, why did I marry you? And he's like, because I was the only one to say yes.
So you missed the fact that, yes, the
bites
gate.
him.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like kind of hold on to him. And he seems very familiar with the house because he's just like, stop it. Stop it right now. So I guess he's used to these games because he also walks in on this polar bear skin rug that attacks him as well.
Yep. And then he's seen the Fester's portrait, which the candle ended up blowing out.
And that was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
That was a real creepy, like,
portrait.
Yeah. And
So are we automatically assuming that this house or the people are magical, otherworldly,
So
or
I did a little research on how these things are, alive. Apparently, some of their family members, relatives that's buried in there, the souls somehow got out, and now it's stuck
taking
into
over
inanimate
things?
objects like gates, the bear, the paintings, there's a tree.
Yeah.
That wraps up the lady. But it's like, I think in the cartoon, it's a bigger like tree. It's actually, it holds
Interesting.
a violent soul, isn't it?
well, Tully engages in a sword fight with Gomez, which we see that Gomez is actually very skilled with a sword, while the lady, I guess his wife, is looking for something upstairs with the mom.
they're looking for like something to put into an auction,
Okay.
could like charity auction.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about what they were looking for.
Yeah, because she said it before, because she was like, oh, I need to find Mrs. Addams to do the auction.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm missing a lot of stuff here.
This, like you said, the lawyer, whatever he is very used to things with Gomez. So I would have made sure, one, I have some sort of padding because they are cutting up each other, and have a sword prepared and ready, because he just like walked in without anything.
Well, they're going through this wardrobe and they're finding these body-shaped bags, and Morticia's reading the tags on them, and she's like, Uncle Ivan or...
No, Knick-Knack. Uncle Knick-Knack's
winter wardrobe.
Yep.
And she throws that to the side. Oh, Uncle Knick-Knack's summer wardrobe. Then read this tag, Uncle Knick-Knack.
Why is this man in the wardrobe, and why is this man not in the cemetery?
The insurance man is claiming that, the lawyer is
Is it a
claiming
lawyer?
that
Okay.
Uncle Fester has died. So I guess he's trying to claim insurance for it because he's telling Gomez that he's dead.
Okay.
And he's going to be the owner of the sum amount of $1 million. And he's going to put it in his account first, for tax purposes. And Gomez says, oh, that's great. But that's new business. We don't discuss new business until, and he flips his little book, the next quarter.
Yeah.
And the guy gets upset and tries to stab Gomez, and he easily dodges it.
Yep.
And he goes into this little secret room behind the bookshelf.
Yeah, he's doing monthly expenses, but he gets like a briefcase. He's ended up saying there's like doubloons, but they're like gold coins. Like, one, how much money is that? Why do the Addamses need a lawyer that costs something every single month? Like, none of that was
Maybe all them
explained.
Golf balls he's hitting at the judge's house.
So I know for sure after watching Pawn Stars that one coin is like a Roman coin, and then somebody else found like pirate treasure. That one coin probably goes for about $140,000
Holy
today.
shit.
No.
Yeah.
They rich as hell then.
Yeah.
But what the fuck is the...
So-
but like...
It's like, what's their monthly expenses if he's got a briefcase full of damn doubloons?
And also, how is the lawyer exchanging the doubloons into money? And how does he seem like he is a greedy asshole where he has no money? He seems very like he's poor. Like, he seems like he's in need of money.
He might be.
But like if he's getting a briefcase full of doubloons, he should be set.
Yeah.
Should be set.
So like another thing that I was noticing is he didn't count out the coins. He just weighed them.
Yeah.
Well, in the attic, they found what they're looking for. It is a finger trap from the Wu Dynasty, or something supposedly very valuable. The lady takes it and is super excited about it. And Morticia expresses her concerns about Gomez and the seance they're doing tonight.
She ended up inviting
She's
them
like,
over.
Yeah.
And she says something about him coughing up blood. And the lady's like, what? He does that? And she's like,
not like he used to.
yeah. What the fuck? Oh, God. So the man gets those gold doubloons then in a briefcase, and he tries to take them. They seem pretty damn heavy.
Yeah,
for
he was
monthly
struggling.
Expenses.
He was struggling, walking through the door.
Yeah, we see him carrying the heavy briefcase back to his office where there's a lady waiting for him and her son. And they close the door behind him, and her son ends up grabbing a hold of this dude and lifting him off the ground and turning him upside down, which would have broken his damn neck. But apparently he owes them some money.
So I took her as a loan shark because she mentioned something how you need to make a payment. We gave you a loan, etc. Like this is a typical like older white woman, like 60-ish, very put together, like does not look anything like what you expect a loan shark would be.
This is the 90s. She is 35 years old.
That bitch, not no 35.
I didn't think that it was mother and son until she said, well, I'm your mother.
Yeah.
They look the same age in this movie. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, she tells Tully that we've lent you thousands of dollars and payments due. And he says he doesn't have the people to pay him, so he can't pay her. And so he can't make a payment right now. And that's when the briefcase gets knocked on the floor and they see the gold doubloons.
What the hell is he doing with his money?
And the Gordon says, well, he lied to his mother. The lawyer, Tully, says, no, that's the Addams account. So you see why he can't be set, because that's not his money. It goes to the lawyer place, the business probably, to run everything. But he does say that they have a lot more, but it's just hard to get to. And while the guy is choking the lawyer, the insurance, I keep saying insurance guy.
Yeah, it's not insurance. He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
But I think he kind of, I think he zoned in on the Fester portrait, and then he looked at Gordon's like, ooh, what is it, light bulb?
Yeah.
What is it? Who says like light bulb?
Fester. That's Gru.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he says, Fester. And then the Gordon's like, what?
Ooh,
What? Yeah, he's kind of confused. It's seance night, and they're preparing for the ceremony. While the lawyer is at the motel with Gordon and his mom, they come up with a plan while they're shaving Gordon's head and making him seem like a Fester.
So pause on that. If this is a loan shark woman, why are they living in a shithole type of motel? Like, why is she not in a house? Like, what
Penny
is...
pension, man. She penny pension.
Well, I mean, like a loan shark, you would expect it to be like one of those like super rich people. Like you gonna break some bones to get your money.
90s motel, probably what, $25 a night. She's saving money. And then the manager probably owes her money too. So. But their plan is to infiltrate the house and steal the gold, and they'll set up the lawyer. He'll take the fall, and they'll get away with it with all the gold. Yep.
Wait, so they were going to fuck over the lawyer?
Their
Oh,
plan was to screw
missed
Tully
that
over.
part.
Yeah.
Okay, missed that part.
Well, the seance begins, and Pugsley.
I'm sorry. Every single time that Pugsley comes up, I feel like I'm gonna make a comment about how he does not fit the role. Like this person, this child actor, just does not look weird or kooky, creepy, nothing.
Is this the one where he had the knife?
Yeah, he was
Sword or
about to
something
do
like that?
something to Wednesday, and this made me question, like, are these kids immortal, or do they just always come up with like a to the point of killing each other and then just don't because something happens?
I don't know, because later on, like,
We're not later on, we're now.
I don't know. See, that's where I'm like, I wish there was an explanation on like how or what Addamses are, because they are something. They feel like, it seems like they are something, but it's not being stated on what.
Well, the seance starts, and Mama says, Fester is near. He needs to knock 3 times.
Oh, wait, was this before or after Thing ended up freaking out the lawyer's wife?
Oh, he did jump on the thing and
Yeah.
scared her, didn't
Is
he?
it everybody?
No, it wasn't jump.
it's
Hold hands and pray,
Yes.
close your eyes and pray.
Yes, and then Mama was like, my hand, you're grabbing so tight, and like
No, she's
pulled it
like-
away.
It's like, what a grip.
Yes.
Oh.
And the lawyer's like, this is the money. We need the money. Sit down.
Well, we hear the 3 knocks on the door, and she says, do it again. And it knocks again. And then Gomez gets up and says, he's at the door.
If I can, it just
Not
puts
it.
on it.
Zoom in.
Thing.
Oh,
Thing.
thing.
Zoom in.
Get them mixed up so much.
Yes.
Them fingers was flicking, man. He was
Large
running.
was just playing the piano. Like, isn't he technically the butler? Like, so shouldn't
Nah,
he
Lurch
be
just do his own thing.
getting up and going
You
and
gonna be the one
answering
to
the
tell him to go
door?
get the door. But anyway, it appears that Fester is here, and he's got a German doctor, which we know is the mom, playing the role. And she says that Fester had gone long during Hurricane Helga. He got lost, and she explains that they've done tests, and that he is your brother Gomez, and that she brought him here to you.
Man, it was a horrible German accent that she was.
It wasn't very well.
The lawyer's wife is like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And Gomez says, yes, it is.
Was she not a part of the plans? Like, she was making side comments.
She wasn't.
Okay, because it's
Yeah.
just like, what the fuck? You would think you bring her. But I'm assuming the like lawyer and the wife, they didn't seem to be very communicated and good relationship type of thing. So not really surprising.
Well, Gomez says, you're home. And Fester says, only for a week. I've got to get back to the Bermuda Triangle. And Wednesday says, nobody gets out of the Bermuda Triangle, not even for vacation. Everybody knows that.
But the thing is, Morticia made a comment that her and Gomez on like a honeymoon or a
Yeah,
second
went there.
honeymoon went to Bermuda Triangle. So obviously, like they
people
did
get out.
went on vacation and they did come out. So like that didn't really add up. Was this the part where Fester was steaming?
No.
Okay, because I'm
No.
like, what the like? Why is this man steaming?
And then Pugly opens up Fester's case and he finds a bear trap, which he actually gets caught in the trap and it doesn't hurt him. So are they immortal and invincible?
Wait, he did get trapped? I missed that
Yeah,
part.
He's like, ah.
Oh, missed
No
that
blood,
part.
no nothing. No,
Vampires?
Weird science.
Vampire?
Well, Fester gets to his room and he starts unpacking his little chest that he bought. A bunch of crazy stuff like chainsaws and weird stuff. When Morticia shows up and she tries to help him unpack. And
He's
she finds,
very adamant about not getting help.
yeah, she finds cyanide and she just turns to him and says, Fester, as if we'd run out.
I feel like Morticia, I really enjoy Gomez acting, but I don't know, Morticia, she's just on point with
Oh, man,
her
she's a
acting.
character.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a
Fabulous
character.
acting.
Well, she leaves and Fester goes to the door to listen and he opens up a little bit and sees Wednesday out there in her room just looking at him.
Staring at him.
And he just closes the door.
What was he doing? What was the point of it?
No, I think he was trying to sneak out and try to figure out what room the vault might be
Okay.
in.
Then he looks around in the room and sees the rest of Fester's stuff. And then he gets in bed and he sinks
Oh my gosh.
right into this bed.
And then he like automatically almost falls asleep.
Man, gone.
Okay,
While
so
asleep.
did you guys see the massive fucking dust that came up? Okay, I'm allergic to dust and pollen. There's no way I've been able to. I would have had to change everything. So,
Did you see the room before Fester came into it?
it was
Gomez was looking at it.
really like cobwebby, gross,
You think
dirty.
they clean it? They love that stuff. So
Yeah.
of course they're not going to clean it up.
Well, as he's asleep,
He's falling
thing-
asleep.
Yeah, the thing comes into the room and scares him, and he starts to scream. And that's when Gomez can hear his screams throughout the thing, and he's like,
He's home.
yes, he's home.
But he did have a switchblade, which, okay. So Gordon, to me, seems like he is the, what is it called? The hunchman of like the loan shark. Like he's the badass. He's the enforcer. He's going to take care of problems. But like this man is screaming his head off. I'm thinking he would have pulled a switchblade and like fucked thing up. But he just kept screaming. So I was a little surprised by that.
But if you appear to be normal and a damn hand came out of nowhere and just
That's true.
plopped itself on your titty.
Depending on how strong it was.
Yeah.
But that hasn't been understood how strong he is for a thing. It's just a random fucking hand. So you wouldn't think that strong, but he does a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's got senses for sure. Sight, smell, hearing.
He knows how to talk, and he knows how to listen and understand.
You know how to do Morse code?
Yeah.
Well, the next morning we see Fester sleeping with Thing on the stomach, and Gomez goes to grab Thing, but it wakes him up, and he tries to stab Gomez, but Gomez is always ready for some reason.
He's just fun. He's just having fun with it.
Yeah.
Best of the time.
Man, just flips him right up out of the bed, and he says, come on, we're having breakfast. And so Grandma whips up some nasty looking food, just a nasty, pure, gross stuff. And she says, start with the eyes. And Gomez explains, it's weird that he doesn't sleep like he used to. He used to toss and turn. They'd have to change the chains on his bed or something.
They had to strap him down.
Yeah, that
That's
was
what it
after
was.
they asked him how he slept, and he slept like a baby or slept all through the night,
Slept like the dead.
Yeah, something along those lines. And that's when
Wednesday's like, that is weird. You don't do that anymore. And Fester's excuse was that the Bermuda Triangle can change people. It's a strange place. And that's when Pugsley comes down the stairs with a stop sign. And Fester says he'd like to wander the house today, to get familiar with things. And Gomez's like, no. There'll be no wandering today. We're going straight to the vault.
So about the Bermuda Triangle, Gomez made a comment about who knew the Bermuda Triangle would change a man so much? It's been 25 years. My thinking, I feel like that was such a stupid comment because it's 25 years. Anything can change. I doubt one man can be the exact same after 25 years. I felt like that comment was kind of dumb, in my opinion. But go
You
on.
never know what happens in Bermuda Triangle. Time might stop there. And then we hear a car crash outside, a car and a truck, because Gomez is like, wait. And then when we hear the scare, and this is because that Pugsley had brought the damn
but once
stop
again,
sign down.
just because Pugsley had the stop sign, he just looks like a typical white boy just having a damn stop sign. He does not.
He did show super strength there, though, because he was...
He ripped that damn thing out of that damn.
And he was just carrying it with ease, like it was no issue.
I don't know. He just did. Do y'all think he fits, or is it just me? Does he fit the character? The weirdness, the oddness? Does he
Yeah,
look?
he's trying to kill his sister all the time.
Okay. So it's just a me thing.
Well, then we see Gomez take Fester down to this weird area where he does all these weird things. He pulls a certain chain. It activates the elevator. He pulls a certain book. It's always kind of these special secret things to get down to this gondola area where he gets on a boat under the house.
Under the fucking house.
It's
How
like a
big of a house?
cavern.
Yes.
This thing is huge. It's been around for centuries.
And he's just singing. He's singing a whole entire song going with the gondola. How is this under the house?
Shit.
Yeah, well, they finally get into the vault. And I assume that Pugsley and Wednesday, where Pugsley asked if do you think it's really Uncle Fester? He was talking to Wednesday, and Wednesday's like, Mom is really unsure about it. Dad thinks he is. I don't know. It could be something like that. Something about a chair, because she's preparing an electric chair.
Yeah.
For Pugsley.
I don't know. Why don't you go ahead and sit in the chair? He's like, why?
Yeah. We're going to play a god. Let's see if God's alive or God's real or something like that.
There really is a god.
Yep.
And then we go back to Gomez, and they arrive at the vault where he tells him the combination. He's like, you remember? 2, 10, and Fester's like 5.
He's so confident.
No, 11. Eyes, ears, and toes.
No, eyes, fingers, toes.
Oh, eyes, fingers, toes.
Yes. Who has 11 toes?
It's Fester's.
Who has 11 toes?
Fester.
One of them two.
Man, why
Maybe
do
both
they,
of them.
why do they have 11 toes?
Well, they go inside, and there's this secret spot. It just seems like a cool hangout room.
Yeah.
Gomez is talking to Fester, and he's like, go make a drink. And he's trying to find these old movie reels is what he's going through. Reels.
Hey.
And Fester goes over there and picks up a little bottle. Boop.
The first bottle.
Yeah, and it's the perfect one because it causes his little portion of the room to spin around, and he sees all the gold.
I feel like
So much
How
gold.
shitty do you feel? It's like I couldn't even reach my hand out to grab one or two. Just to like, hey mom, look, I got it. I just got
yeah.
Hey, from now on, if there's like something to do with like movie reels and we catch it, we need to have like a little sound thing,
We real.
something like that.
I was really surprised. Like Fester, I haven't decided if I like his acting or not. But like when he's seen all this gold, he just
Christopher Lloyd?
yeah, I don't
Gotta
know.
love him.
Like I don't know, he just
That's Doc
seems
Brown, bro.
so weird and uncomfortable. Which I guess that fits the role of Fester. But like I don't know. Like I don't know.
It's a weird dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I thought about this. You talking about grabbing them coins. There's only one movie I know of that somebody was like stuffing their pockets like somebody would really do. And that was Chris Tucker in Rush Hour. All that money kept falling. He was like stuffing it in his shirt and stuff. I was like, dude, I'll be doing the same thing.
Chris Tucker in Rush Hour and him in
Money Talks.
Money Talks.
He took some of them diamonds
Yeah.
too. Maybe
Well,
it's
I
just Chris
mean-
Tucker.
Well, I mean, Captain Jack Sparrow took those little pirate doubloons, but I mean,
he's
like,
cursed.
he got fucking cursed from it. So,
Yeah, I don't know about that. But I'm thinking like Bad Boys and all the money they've been around. They don't ever just grab like a little stack and just
they probably
that for
have.
later. But anyways,
Further.
so Fester finds a room full of gold, just whole treasure trove. Looks like Schmog's collection of gold. And
It just automatically
it
turns back
I guess
over.
there's a time limit or something. You grab something and turn back around, and there it is. So
While Gomez is in the original room.
What the hell is he fighting in there?
No, it was like a rat or a monster
yeah,
or
he had like a
something.
little billy club just beating
Just
it.
right next to it.
Again, gave him 2 good shots.
And then he found his
Yeah, I
what
guess
he
he was
wanted.
hiding the little reels he needed.
But he ended up with talking about like they were going through the reels and things like that. But he was like, what did he say? It was something about cigars and smoking and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And
he's
Fester
like-
got the answer wrong. And he's like,
like-
No, he's like, your first cigar. He's like, I've been smoking since I
since I
was
was
5.
5, like mother insisted. I'm like, who the fuck raised these kids?
And then he started looking at him weird because he's like, well, you should know I've been smoking since I was 5.
So this is my hindsight. I don't know. I didn't catch, but I feel like if I was Fester, I would have just been like, I've been in Bermuda Triangle. I got in an accident. I don't truly remember, because he seems like he's trying to act like he's remembered. So he just should have been like, I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it gives him a little more leeway if you say, hey, I have amnesia or something.
Yeah,
And
something.
he'd be like, okay, well, we're going to try to, restart your memory.
Jog
And I'd be
that
like, okay.
shit.
Because so far, Wednesday obviously don't believe him. Morticia's already kind of like, Gomez is just feel like he's just happy to have his brother back. He's being oblivious, I guess.
And Pugsley's just being Pugsley.
He doesn't really talk that much, so
Back at that room, speaking of Pugsley, Wednesday is about to set up the electric chair while Pugsley's in it. And I think this does solidify that they are some kind of immortals or some kind
Something.
of supernatural. And they're not just lucky, because Morticia comes in and says, what are you doing? And Wednesday's like, I'm going to electrocute him. And she's like, no.
not
you're
right
not.
now.
Yeah. And Pugsley's like, oh, Mom, please. And she's like, okay.
All right.
So Wednesday turns on the switch and electrocutes the mess out of him while she smiles as he's getting shocked. And I was like, oh, that's Mida.
That's that Green Mile shit.
Because they don't have. I mean, I'm assuming they know CPR, maybe, but there's no defibrillator. What is it?
Defibrillator.
Defibrillator.
Yeah, let her do it. Let her show
I was like,
Let's go, Sam. Come on.
like for some reason I was like, it's obviously not deflubber, like deflibration or something like that.
No, let's see how long it takes. Let's play a new game.
Can Koala get the word right?
I feel like after having a child, my wordage is just not very well. It was bad before. But
You get 3
it's got
chances.
worse.
You get 3 chances. Come on.
Go.
Defibrillation. Defibrillation? No. You just said it. Defibrillation.
It's a defibrillator.
Defibrillator.
You still fucked it up. The next scene,
I'm adding an L.
we are at the auction where they were going to auction off the finger trap that the Addams family had given the lawyer and his wife.
Okay, pause on this because the lawyer's wife is just so stupid because she got her fingers stuck the first time, got it removed, but then she re-put her fucking fingers in it.
Because the lawyer tricked her. she was talking about something. And he was like, here, try this. And she's like,
but how did she get dressed? Like, how did she change? She changed. How did that happen? It was so awkward. This whole scene, though, is very awkward.
I think it's hilarious.
yeah.
Gomez and Morticia, they start the bidding on their own item.
Their own item.
One item. But they could have said, what did it start off at? Like 5,000?
5,000 or 3,000?
25,000.
Yeah.
30,000.
50,000.
It's so-
While they're all like they're battling with each other
And it's
moaning,
passionate love,
kissing.
affection for each other. And yeah, they end up buying that thing back for $50,000 to the auction. So maybe it's their way of giving back to the community is what I was thinking. Because, they probably wouldn't, they're rich as hell. They don't really care. And they don't have any other way of doing it where it seems like they're nice because they're not the family to seem nice.
Yeah. What was the charity? It was for foster kids or shelter kids. It was something for orphan kids. It was orphan kids because Morticia was like, oh, how nice. Or something like that.
Yeah, she was like something about eating the kids or something like that. Was it eating the kids?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she didn't mention
Well, that was at the play. That was at the play when the lady, the lawyer's wife, was fucking licking on her son. I'm assuming because her son licking the napkin and is like, ooh,
We'll
blah,
get
blah,
there.
blah,
We'll
blah.
get
Yep,
there.
yeah.
Gomez gets a strange feeling because on the ride home because Fester couldn't figure out how to get out of the finger trap.
Yep.
And Gomez gets home and starts playing with his trains, and the family is concerned.
They were all in like the bedroom listening. I'm guessing these train engines are super fucking loud because they knew every curve,
Dead man
every
curve.
train, everything.
And I guess him playing with the train means he's upset. But while he's doing the train thing, Fester's trying to get back to the vault, and he's trying to pull the same levers and get
Yep.
back in there, but he's not having no luck.
Well, he goes through, like, he gets pulled up.
All the way through the house, through
Yes,
some water tunnel thing.
And it goes through Wednesday's room, and you seen Morticia seeing him and kind of like side-eyeing, like, what is he doing? Yep.
So you guys are like overlapping an important
Uh-oh, what?
thing. Is that when he was playing with the trains, there was a real life person.
Oh no, I was getting to that.
Jeez.
I was getting to that because it was him going through the tubes, and then Gomez is playing with the trains, and we see a young man inside of one of the trains, and he's just going where he has to go, and we see Gomez in the background laughing like, and the guy's like,
Is this like a different dimension that these trains, like what is going on with this?
But the trains collide. So did that
that
man
yes,
die?
a huge explosion, and the whole house rocks though.
Yes.
So was this like?
Are they miniatures?
Was he controlling some real trains outside in the real world?
Ooh, I don't know.
Quick question. Who do you think would win in a battle? Beetlejuice?
Ooh.
Well, let's just go with, who do you think is the strongest Addams?
I would say Gomez or Morticia.
I think Gomez has a little more strength.
Yeah, but we haven't seen him do anything like Beetlejuice has. He's
So
been
then let's go with
classified
the-
as a demon.
Let's go with
In part
Addams
two.
Family or Beetlejuice.
The whole entire family?
I mean, they're immortal.
I mean, I don't think they would be able to die. I mean, obviously that means immortal.
Nothing Beetlejuice does is going to scare him. Right?
No.
You don't need to scare him. He could send him some sandworms.
But they would love that, though. They would survive it.
Don't they?
Yeah, they would fucking enjoy
They
that.
probably would.
So I feel like just because Addams is just so weird and love all that, whatever. I
Be a
feel like
stalemate.
yeah, or I feel like Beetlejuice would figure out a new thing. Maybe not send them the worst things ever, but send them to like a super fucking sunny, happy place or something, and that could potentially be their downfall. Is that they want that weird shit, but they can't handle the happy, legit, sunny stuff.
So if we see this in the future, we know we brought it up first.
That's right, we did.
Brought to you by
We Real Reels. Well, Fester gets shot out of that little sewage chute where he meets Morticia. She's waiting on him. She goes to the graveyard with him, talking about the different family members and how they died. She talks about the Addams family's origins and what they won't take and what they will take. And I think it was kind of a threat. You know, like if you try to subdue us, we will eat you type thing.
Yeah, because that was after she's seen him through the tubes. Like, which, how long did he go through the tubes for her to finish the conversation with the kids, walk all the way downstairs to get outside where he comes out at? Was he holding his breath the whole entire time?
Had to.
I mean.
Well, Fester's on the phone with his mother trying to get help, and Pugsley and Wednesday are still at it, trying to kill each other, while Morticia is asking her mom for help with getting the family together.
To me, this is just so stupid. Fester is having this conversation with his mother, which none of the Addamses know that that's like his mother, in the common area. Like Wednesday and Pugsley is right behind him. Like I'm pretty sure one of the kids ended up interrupting him to ask him a question. So I would have waited to have that phone call when I was by myself.
Well, Gordon's mom shows up and he tells her that they're getting suspicious. And she says, well, we'll have to ease their minds since she is a doctor. And she tries to convince Gomez that he is the brother, but Gomez ain't buying it. And Gomez is going through every word that means fake, like phony, not authentic, synthetic.
Yeah.
Yes. Going through all of them.
While Fester's just listening at the door.
Well, Fester starts running upstairs to his room, but as he does, he sees Wednesday and Pugsley practicing for their play. They're sword fighting.
He comes down. No.
He's like, that's not how you kill him.
Have you ever slaughtered anyone? My mom won't let us or something like that.
So is this where a little bit of Fester's memories coming out and being like, I know what I'm talking about. Let me help you.
I don't know about memory, but I think like a subconscious thing where he enjoys this stuff.
Okay.
Is coming out.
I mean, I think what it was that he was teaching them Shakespeare. Because I think what they was practicing was Shakespeare, right? And so he was
I don't
in
know.
that big book. He was like, yeah, Shakespeare, this, that. Yeah, and then he's like, man, like maybe he's in his mind like these people are demented. Maybe I can show them like different things. Scabs, ooh, you know.
Yeah, because that was after. But to me, in that scene, it seemed like he kind of like not remembered, but got back into the role and felt good about it. That's kind of what I took from that scene. From that,
Yeah, he's like after this point, he's getting happy because he's making bombs. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to without his mom being like right there, just like attacking him. Yeah, micromanaging.
Good Lord.
Talking bad.
Manipulating him.
Yeah.
She did convince Gomez and Morticia that he is Fester and that Gomez was having some kind of
displacement. Yeah.
While Fester's going through a book with the kids called Wounds, Scars, and Gouges, teaching them different ways to die. And then he starts using dynamite with them in the yard, showing them how to blow things up. It does seem like he's having fun, but when he gets back to his room, his mother's there.
Ugh.
And she's like, what the hell are you doing?
Just manipulating him.
Are you having fun?
Yep.
Yeah, and he's like excited about working with the kids, but she kind of snaps him back to reality and tells him that this is not why you're here. We're here for the treasure. You can go and play. The vault will be ours. So they stand on the balcony. Gomez is trying to be convincing to Fester that he's back, and they end up hitting golf balls.
Into the judge's house.
Yeah,
again.
The neighbor's house again.
I mean, I get, like, I personally wouldn't be hitting the golf balls over the cemetery towards another person's house, but I guess as the Addamses, it wouldn't really matter, but...
See, my thing is, I think that they love to give misery to people. And if they're tormenting this judge, he knows that. You know, they know that this judge hates them, you know? So they're just like, whatever. But this is the point where me, personally, nobody has... Because there's a right-handed golf club and a left-handed golf club.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. If you play golf, like, not too many people have like left-handed. And I was like, because this is the first time I paid attention to Addams. I used to watch it a long time ago, but I used to pay attention to the story. I was just like, ooh, Addams Family.
Yeah.
But
How you were?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I noticed that he had a left-handed and a right-handed golf club. And I was like, is this actually Fester?
Huh.
But we'll get to that later.
Did you notice that thing held the golf ball for not Fester, Gomez. But isn't Gomez and Fester like similar height? So would Gomez have to be like shrugging his shoulders up to be able to hit that ball?
It's up to the golf swing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The more impressive thing is that he hadn't hit his fingertips or nothing. It's like he perfectly swings.
Are you a golfer?
He's good.
Like a legit, not mini golfer, but like a legit golfer?
I do
driving range,
and I've been practicing to hit off the tee and hit off the ground. And
interesting.
every time I hit off the ground, I leave a little hole.
Oh,
how about that?
But then every time every time I hit off a tee, that tee is leaving with the ball. Every time. Every time. I don't know anybody that's never just like perfectly hit and the tee is still there.
I would say the professionals.
I'm telling you, they don't even do it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the kids come talking to Fester, trying to get him to go to the play, but he regretfully denies. Like, he's in tears, crying because he wants to go, but he can't because his mother wants him to do the job.
Mother manipulated him.
Well, they go to the play and they find that the teacher has a concern with Wednesday's hero. And it's because they had this bulletin board where people were supposed to have their heroes and talk about one for like show and tell or something. And she's like, one child chose the president. Isn't that nice? And then one child
She
chose
was like, Morticia was like, oh, how sad or something like
No,
that.
she was like, did you talk to the child's mother?
Yes.
Or something like
it was some celebrity, some Jane something or somebody. And that's when she was like, have you talking to her parents?
Yeah.
I was like, damn. That's like that. Well, Wednesday chose her aunt Caprica or something like that. And she looks like she was burned at the stake or in a boiling pot or something.
She said she was like, oh, how nice. She was burned at a stake in Salem as a witch or something like that. It was a very morbid picture.
Yes.
It was pretty fucked up. Very dark. Very, very dark.
Yeah.
But Morticia was completely fine with it. She seemed proud. She seemed very happy. She seemed impressed. Like, teacher was like, something's fucking wrong. But you would think that the teacher would, at this point in time, know. Like, come on now. These people have been here for how long? You gotta know them.
This is when they meet up with Tully and his wife and their child. And this is the point you were talking about where he had something on his face and she went to go clean it. She licked like 3 times.
No, she deep licked it.
Yeah, I was about to say, it was not little tip, like the tongue tip. It was, she almost put that to the back of her throat and wiped the napkin.
You know when that thing hit his cheek, it must have.
He was disgusted.
Yes. And do you know who this kid is?
Panda made a point about that today.
I saw it. I was like, I know that kid. This is the kid from Jurassic Park. Not the kid in the movie who's like, through the whole movie. He's in the very beginning whenever Dr. Grant is talking about the raptor and how it had these bird-like claws. And he's relating it to a modern day bird. And the kid's like, I ain't scared of no turkey. And so Dr. Grant takes the claw and goes over there to him and is like, oh yeah, how about a 6-foot turkey with a big claw like this that'll gut your insides and then gut your throat? And he's like,
Yeah, he got scared then.
Yeah, that's the kid. That is this kid.
When she's pinching his cheeks.
Oh, he is not happy.
He becomes a paleontologist after this, man.
Not happy.
Well, tries to, but then Dr. Grant scared the shit out of him too. So what's he do after that? I don't know.
You can tell like everybody. Morticia's like, and then the lawyer was like, the look on his face, and then she's just like, is this a scene where she's like, oh, I could just eat you? And Morticia's like, oh, that's not the time, or it's too early. Yeah, he's too young.
He's too young.
Well, the play starts, and Morticia and Gomez and pretty much anybody from the Addams Family are so bored.
Yeah.
And then Pugsley and Wednesday are getting ready backstage.
So, sorry. I don't understand what this play is about. The boys are elves and the girls are flowers.
Fairies. Fairies and flowers.
Oh, fairies?
Fairies and flowers.
The boys are fairies?
No. Boys are elves.
Okay.
The girls are fairies and flowers.
What the... Where is that hat? Like, is that a Christmas? Is it spring? What's happening?
Fairies and flowers.
Weird. Okay.
Fester shows up with his little pipe bomb creation. I don't know what he was handing him, but he said he's there. He said, I changed my mind. I changed my mind.
It was an arm. It was a metal arm
That's
that
what it
Pugsley
was.
had to attach to him, because you'll see later on that falls off.
And then he runs out there to go sit down with Gomez and Morticia to watch the play.
And Gomez is very excited and happy that Fester ended up showing up.
And Gordon's mom is trying to get into the house, and she ends up like getting grabbed by vines and sucked under the house somewhere while Pugsley and Wednesday do their sword fight for the play.
Which, once again, how are people getting through the gate? Like, the gate is an entity of its own, or like you said, souls or whatever the fuck it is. How are people getting through it?
Maybe the gate wanted to feed her to the vines.
I'm like, I don't know. She couldn't go through the front door. She kept knocking on the front door to get for Gordon, calling his name, yada, yada. If she's a loan shark, or if I'm a loan shark, you would think that you would know how to pick a lock.
What?
She's a loan shark. She's a terrible person. She is a badass person.
If you're a lawyer, you should know how to make a burger.
No, that's no. A loan shark is, to me, a loan shark is a very like gritty, badass person. Like,
if you're a professional wrestler, you should know how to do taxes.
No, you are not
Why
making.
would she
no,
know how to pick a lock?
You are not making
She
the
knows
same.
how to collect money.
No,
Not pick a lock.
Loan sharks are bad people. Like, they are the ones that are like in the
Koala.
bad areas, shady areas.
Koala. Let me tell you who a loan shark is. A loan shark is someone who has money and who is dangerous enough that if you do not pay them, they will hurt you. But then they hire goons to do their dirty work.
Like her son, Gordon.
So Gordon should know how to pick a
Gordon
lock.
should know
then.
how to pick a lock.
Okay.
And hurt people.
I would think like, okay, if I'm the loan shark, I would know how to do all those things just in case if I don't have a goon. And okay.
Well, the sword
go
fight
on.
begins, and Wednesday ends up cutting off Pugsley's arm, but Pugsley ends up jabbing her in the neck, and blood sprays everywhere. All the front row is covered in blood.
You get it in their mouth, on their shirts.
Man.
One person was trying to wipe it with a napkin, and like the jugular just kept spraying.
Yeah, this was messed up. The crowd was shocked, and they're covered in blood.
But the Addams Family,
Awesome.
Bravo!
Hardcore.
Well, later on that night, Fester tells the kids goodnight and that he's really acting like an uncle at this time.
Yep.
And Morticia and Gomez are sitting out in the graveyard reminiscing about how they met. They're so in love with each other. I've never seen a love like it.
I didn't get it though. Like, where did they meet at a funeral? They met at a funeral.
It was his.
Why did she say something about a graveyard? Did they fuck in a graveyard? Did they
Probably
make love in a graveyard?
I don't know where you're getting that part at.
They make love everywhere.
But it was Gomez's cousin Balthazar. He ended up getting murdered. And Gomez was the one that was being like number one suspect. And that was her first time ever going to a funeral. They had love at first sight. He proposed at the end of the night and like loved each other, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
But I thought there was like,
Beautiful.
what's the hole, the grave hole, what word am I looking for?
Grave hole.
The hole that the person
The hole
buried
that the
in?
person's buried in.
I don't
Did
know.
they make love in that? What is it? What is it called?
That's called
Where are you coming up off from that?
Because she said she was like,
Dead
you
love.
remember the graveyard, and she's like the hole that the guy was buried in.
Yeah, it was
She said
cousin
something about
Balthazar.
that. No, but apparently the hole wasn't filled in, and they made love on the top of the coffin.
I completely missed that.
And then that's when, after that, that's when he proposed to her.
Oh, I missed that. I completely missed that. Well, We're gonna have to rewind.
Yeah, rewind.
Figure out
the next
that part.
morning they're eating food.
No, because they make love that night because all the statues was looking at them, right?
Maybe.
When it was on
I
the
don't know.
thing.
But I mean, if it's Gomez's family member, he would be in that cemetery, correct?
Not the cemetery
Fucking
where
A.
you can be buried and watch movies. The cemetery.
cemetery.
Watch
Cemetery.
movies with your loved ones, even if they're dead and gone.
Because so it's his side of the family. Fuck y'all. Like I did good on that one. Cemetery. I got on the second word.
Guys, this is
So
my
he would
favorite
be-
episode so far.
He would be there, correct? Because all the people, it was all the family members on the admin side. So that's Gomez's family. All of them in the,
Yeah, I guess.
all of them in there. So he should be there,
Who are
correct?
the admins?
Fucking A.
What's going on here?
I was thinking that you missed that. Adams. I was thinking you missed that.
Oh,
It's getting better and better.
I don't know what we was talking about. What the hell going on
We
here?
were talking about cousin Balthazar.
Listen, they're eating food again at the table, and while Lurch is gardening, he finds the mother all wrapped in vines. And while they're eating, she's just like, "Don't just stand there. Let me out of here."
Do you think she peed herself being overnight?
Well, she's freed, and she comes and says that Fester has to leave, and she leaves and has Fester walk her out, and she says that she doesn't believe that he's fine. So that night, they go upstairs to a ballroom-like area where they start to dance. And I like first watching this, I didn't know they scheduled a party. I didn't know it was going to be a party night. I thought they were dancing with like spirits of like the past or something.
No, they
of
made
different
a
Adamses.
no. They
Yeah.
made a comment about
That's
it
when I see
being
the cars and all this thing pull up, and I was like, "Oh, this is now they scheduled a party. This is a thing going on."
no, because the thing was when the woman came undone with the vines, she ended up saying that good Lord, Fester and her had to leave. And that's when Gomez and Morticia was like, well, we scheduled a goodbye party to go. And that's when they went up and showed him the thing. That's when they started dancing.
That's
And they're
when they
like,
started-
when's the last time that we danced?
You know,
and
he's
they were
like,
like, this morning.
When was the last time we waltzed? She was like, hours ago.
Yeah.
But this is where you start seeing Fester getting real happy because
Yes.
he was like,
He was excited.
this whole thing for me?
Yes.
They were
started
surrounded
liking it.
by family and friends, including
The twins.
Oh,
Sorry.
cousin It,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
who is this creature covered in this long, luscious hair, who only speaks gibberish.
Yep.
That's my.
And the lawyer and his wife are there, and cousin It would like to dance with the wife.
Well, at first the wife's like, do not leave me alone. And he's like, these are clients. Like, you're just going to have to deal with. Because she was like, these people are abnormal or unnormal. She said something weird, like, said something like kind of off about them. And then that's when he came up and he just shoved her
How pissed
to
off would you
him.
be if Panda did that shit to you in the middle of a party that you don't know anything about?
I'd be kind of slick pissed off, but also at the same time, like,
If she found cousin It, she gonna figure
I'm about to watch it, but
But my thing is that like it is for money but obviously the lawyer never filled in the wife about the plans of taking a whole bunch of money.
Well, Morticia asks Wednesday to go up and check on Uncle Fester, and Wednesday makes it up the stairs, and she hears the mother of Gordon talking to him and asking about the plan to get into the vault.
She's talking normally too.
Yes.
Yeah, Wednesday walks in and sees her shaving Fester's head as she says, "I knew it. You're a fake."
Yep.
And that's when Fester starts to chase her.
Yes, the bedroom door was closed. The bathroom door was not. I would not be having any sort of conversation about stealing anything anywhere inside this house.
I mean, especially if like a gate and then the gate's alive, the bear's alive.
The portrait.
What else do you know is going to be alive? They'd be like,
Exactly.
Hey,
I heard that.
yeah.
I'm telling.
Get it.
Fester is chasing Wednesday around the house.
How did he get down there that fast? So Wednesday, I had a blank. Sorry. Wednesday ran into the cemetery.
Listen,
But
We're
he
not there
opened
yet.
the window. He had the
we're
window.
going back
Jumped out.
to the dance where Gomez meets up with Flora and Fauna, the conjoined twins, and Gomez tells the lawyer, entertain them until Fester gets there. Well, Flora and Fauna tell the lawyer that since Fester's the older brother, he gets the gold, the house, and everything.
He gets everything. Which that's kind of fucked up. That's kind of fucked up that like Gomez has been running this house and the money and everything for 25 years. And just because he's the second born, he's just like, oh shit out of luck. Fester's back. Fuck you. He gets everything.
Well, Fester couldn't find Wednesday, so his mother tells him to go down to the dance and blend in. Gomez starts the mamushka dance with Fester, and it seems Fester knows the dance.
He immediately, he seemed very nervous about it at first, but he picked that up like quickly. Mm-hmm. So I guess his memories are coming back or something.
Well, the lawyer's about to leave, and the mother stops him and says that that hideous little girl is about to mess up the plans. But the lawyer says, we have a plan B. Give me 10 minutes. I'll be back. During the dance, Fester and Gomez start playing with knives, and at one point, they juggle them between each other, and you can clearly tell that is not Raul or Raul, the Raul Julia, the guy who plays Gomez, that it's the stunt double or something, dude, because it is just...
But you can't tell Fester.
You can't tell Fester because, they do a good job covering him up with just a bald head and being from the distance, but that Gomez dude was not the actual actor.
I missed it.
That's real then. They was throwing knives at each other for real?
Yeah.
Dang.
Juggling, bro. It's a stunt.
Hey, other than thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like
everything else is not CGI.
Mm-hmm. Well, we didn't see the lawyer at the judge's house, which is the neighbor, of course, and he asked him if you want to be rid of the Addams for good. And the judge says, well, what can I do? And then we go to the lawyer's wife, who's talking to Cousin It, and she's like kind of confiding in him about her feelings.
Which, by the way, he speaks gibberish. How the fuck does she know how to speak gibberish and understand what he is saying? Just meeting him.
Once you love him, you know. Well, the people start to leave the party. The conjoined twins kissed Fester goodbye and get into a straitjacket and are carried off to a crazy house, I guess. And the wife of the lawyer, she has fallen for Cousin It.
Yep.
Bro, she
wants it.
She's supposed to be married, but you could tell that she's ready to be out of this marriage.
20 years. Well, she didn't, they already had a conversation that they weren't really into it.
Fester is super happy and he's dancing upstairs, but when he gets to his room, he finds his mother and he tells her about what a great time he had. And she starts to cry and she's like, you're not my son. And he tells her about what a great time he had, and she's just like, oh, you didn't really have a good time. It's bad. And Fester was really sweaty in this scene. Like, he was dripping sweat.
Well, he was just dancing the mamushka.
Well, Pugsley is on a dinner plate that they unreveal, and they ask him if he's seen Wednesday. And he says, no, not since earlier. So the family starts going out on a manhunt.
So I'm sorry. I'm going to go back to the part where the mother was talking to Gordon. I'm going to get on the soapbox real quick. It drives me nuts when parents are like, kids owe the parent something, because she made some sort of comment where she's like, I'm your mother. You owe me this, or you owe me that, or something along those lines.
Like, I gave you the world.
Exactly. Like you chose to have a child. That child comes into the world 100% depending on the parent. They did not ask to be born. Like, don't fucking manipulate or be like, they owe something. Like, Panda and I, we decided to take my IUD out and have a child. I do not expect our child to owe anything.
If you're going to go in that much detail.
It drives me nuts.
We took out the IUD. Okay.
Clap them cheeks.
She started going down first. Let me tell you how it started.
Hey, hold on. How long now?
It drives, which obviously.
But I know you don't care what he does in the future as long as he's happy, right?
Exactly.
And you're not going to control what he does, who he talks to, What's going on? Well, I mean, come on.
Is he being safe? Yes. But like, I don't expect him to pay me anything
Not caring
or
what he
to
does.
take care of me when I'm old as fuck.
I don't wanna be a
Like,
killer.
I hope not. But I mean, anything can happen. But like, my point is that I don't expect anything from him. Like, we decided because we wanted children. And I get it. People do get pregnant without like being on birth control, et cetera, or they don't want to have a kid. But at the end of the day, like, the kid is not owe anything to
This kind
parents.
of reminds you of the overbearing parent, like the one in It.
Yep.
That
But it
little
went
boy.
weird with that one because they, in the book, they ended up getting married and things like that. But
Well, let me tell you about this.
back to the movie.
They're all looking for Wednesday, and Fester is like, someone should stay home in case she comes back.
That's a good impression.
Yeah, and then they all start spreading out and searching for Wednesday, and Gordon and his mom started looking through the house, and they found the lawyer opening up one of those special books.
It's a sun book.
Yeah, it's a sun book. He's taking in the sun. The mom asks if you've gone mad, and he says, "Well, en contraire." Gomez ends up finding Wednesday in one of the memorials, and when they get back to the house, the gate can't open, and the lawyer says that this is a restraining order, and you are to keep away from the house for more than 1,000 yards.
1,000 yards.
I feel like this is an inconsistency because when they were doing the golf balls on top of the house, the cemetery was inside the property. So inside the gate, they were shooting the golf balls over the cemetery to the judge's house. So they found Wednesday in the cemetery, but then they walked through towards the gate. They were still supposed to be inside the property if they found her in the cemetery.
Boom.
Oh, yeah. Boom.
So I feel like there was a massive
not sure.
inconsistency
I
on
can't
that.
really dispute it because I don't know where. I didn't pay attention where it was.
It was in the mausoleum
Yeah,
was
it's
in
the
the cemetery.
Was.
So, because they found her on top of a crypt or whatever the fuck it's called, sleeping. So that's inside the cemetery.
Well, the lawyer explains to Gomez that everything belongs to the oldest living descendant, which is Fester Addams. And Gomez says that he will represent himself in court and they'll get the house back.
He was talking about something about a fool. He was like, a fool's the only one that
yeah.
represents himself. I will be that fool.
But they go to court and it's that neighbor judge that is actually overruling their case, which he hates them. So obviously he ruled in the other person's favor. And he laughs at them, and the judge is in favor of Fester and all his, he drops off all the golf balls.
He's
for-
saying,
Yeah, he
you know what,
ended-
Gomez? I have something for you, too.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
I
he
bet he
ended up
felt real
saying
satisfied.
he ended up saying everything was given to Fester, but he was like, "I have something for you, Ghost Mouth." But like, I feel like that's a what's the word?
Bitch ass move.
No,
Boom.
like that's a conflict of interest. I feel like that's in
Oh, yeah, he
real
probably wouldn't be
life.
the real judge. Yeah.
He wouldn't have been able to be the real judge.
Well, the next scene, the Addams family is packing up their stuff and leaving. Even the gate cries when they pass through it. They took a tree with them.
That's that tree with the soul.
Lurch
in it.
uprooted a whole tree.
But if everything was Fester's,
Yeah.
how are they able to pack a car? How are they even able to take Lurch? How are they able to get the tree? How are they able to pack
I'm
items
sure
to be able
something
to
in that
take?
court case was.
Yeah, they probably have to
Given.
get their personal stuff out. But that's what I was thinking too. Is like, how do they get back in the house if they're not supposed to become like within a
Yeah, I'm
1,000
sure something
feet
was
or whatever?
decreed in the case. Like, all right, you can go up there and one more time, get what you need and get out. Tully, the mom, and Gordon started looking for their way into the vault. Like they're pulling all the chains, trying to remember which one was the right one to get to the vault. And they're all going for a fucking ride.
Have a marker, have a piece of tape, have something. Because I mean, like, you see a shit ton of chains dangling down. Before you pull one, mark it, then pull it and come back. And then there you go. You choose one.
The only way I can see this being a problem is if it changes every couple of minutes. And Gomez has to know when it changes and which one it changes to.
I did not think about that.
Well, while Morticia and the other Addams family members are at the motel coming up with a plan how they'll survive, The Addams family starts trying to make money while Pugsley and Wednesday are trying to sell lemonade and other exotic drinks.
That's my favorite part of the damn thing. You want to get some Girl Scout cookies?
You want to buy some lemonade?
No, he said, is it made of real Girl Scouts?
Yeah. Because the Girl Scout cookie lady or girl was like, is this made of real lemon or lemons? I don't have this or this or this. It has to be real lemons. But like also, you can see that the price of their lemonade went down to 50 cents, 25 cents, and like 5 cents. The box of cookies would have been way more expensive. So she would have gotten, the Girl Scout cookie lady girl would have gotten the better deal out of it.
They're made of real Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Well, they give Lurch a try at one of those drinks, and he spits a fireball at this little Indian
statue.
Yeah.
Branded. But then the next scene, that motherfucker was fine.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
That's just fine right there. Well,
I noticed the big ass tree that they planted in front of the car.
Morticia interviews for a babysitting or daycare teacher job where she tells the story of Hansel and Gretel as if the witch is the hero of the story and that she was burned alive by these crazy kids. And that the kindergarten kids or preschool kids start crying.
They start bawling.
Yeah.
They seem very nervous because, I mean, like, Morticia, no offense to her, she looks dark. She looks creepy. Like, she's not the type of person to be doing anything.
Goth.
If I was the person to be giving jobs, I would not have given Morticia that job.
I got a job for you. While the Thing gets an office job as a mail delivery person, which is kind of weird because nobody's freaked out that a severed hand is running around delivering mail because he's very efficient at his job.
Everybody was running from him, or not running, but like jumping out of the way and kind of like throwing the papers. And I took that as them being scared.
You can't. No, it wasn't that because
he filled out an application.
Well, he filled out an application.
He got a job. He had an interview.
Got an interview. Got the job. But then also, he's throwing these damn packages, and this is fucking accurate as hell.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, he's landing right where it needs to be, couple on top of a couple. Like, oh my God, that is great.
Gordon and the mom are eating some kind of lunch or dinner, and Gordon just seems miserable without the Addams family there. But the mother really wants to find the money.
He seemed depressed. He was just like twirling the Campbell's soup, chicken noodle soup, just twirling it around.
Well, Morticia decides to go talk to Fester by herself. And once she gets there, they tie her up on some kind of torture device. And they start to try to torture her to get her to tell her, well, how to get into the vault.
Gordon.
A stretcher rack.
Yep. Gordon does not, like, he's not doing it. The lawyer is the one that's spinning it around, but he's like, I'm going to vomit or something along those lines. He's like, I'm going to get sick. And he's just like,
that's the funny thing. He's
hurrying, like, I'm twisting it.
He's like, I have this stomach thing whenever I torture people.
But also, how does she get through the gate again? Like, she's supposed to be within 1,000 yards or something. Like, yes, the gate's like a part of her family or yada, yada, yada. But like, she's supposed to not be there.
Yada, 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 yada. Well, they start cranking her up on the torture rack, and
she's loving it.
To be enjoying it.
Yep.
Yeah, weird
do it
stuff
harder.
There.
Did she say do it harder, do it more, or something like that?
I don't know about that. But Thing runs back to the hotel for
in the
help.
middle of the street.
Yeah, like playing Frogger out there, trying to not get ran over in the middle of the street. And he finally makes it back to the motel, and where he gets to Gomez, and he's trying to sign language first.
Before he gets to that part, did you notice that he jumped and started knocking on the door, but he jumped high enough to be right next to the number of the door, which the number of the door is pretty much at the top of the door, or like not even 3/4 down. So how is the fucking thing able to jump that high? He's just a hand. So how's he able to jump?
This motherfucking thing strong as hell, bro. He was pulling wagons. He had a wagon full of hand porn and gloves. He had a wagon full of deliveries that he needed to do. But he good, man. Yeah.
Well, he ends up using Morse code to tell Gomez that Morticia needs help. So they go over there.
Which, did you notice that Gomez he's frumpy, his hair was fucked up, he was in some pajamas, but when he went to save Morticia, when he jumped through the window, his hair was slicked back. He had a different change of outfit. So this motherfucker knew she was being in trouble and tortured, but he had time to get cleaned up.
Bruh.
Gotta be fresh, man.
He is a dapper Dan.
Well, they're trying to still get that information out of Morticia, but as they're going, like you said, Gomez shows up and just does a front flip right through the window and gets a sword and starts battling the Tully again. And Gomez gets the upper hand, but the mother pulls out a gun.
Yep.
And she tells Gomez, get the fuck back.
Which I'm surprised.
And take Tully to the vault. And if you're not back in 1 hour, she's going to shoot Morticia.
She messed up the the loan shark lady.
And
Gordon's mother.
The mother turns to Gordon and starts degrading him. And she says, I should have left you where I found you. And he turns to Gomez and says, no tricks. That's the wrong book.
Yep.
And Fester, grabs the hurricane book and says, allow me.
Which,
good show.
Gomez did choose the right book. He was legitimately about to take Tully down to save his wife.
Yep. Fester has the hurricane book and he turns around and uses it as the weapon towards his mom and Tully.
He kind of paused. Like, he kind of held the book a little too long, in my opinion, because the loan shark lady, I don't even know her name is. Like, she had the gun still pointed at Fester.
Greta.
Yeah, she could have shot him. I mean, like, yes, she had him for like 25 years.
He said, flip.
But he still
the gun.
The hurricane wind blew the gun out of her hand.
But it took a little bit to get to that point.
Well, Gordon says that she was a terrible mother.
Yep.
And then opens the hurricane book. And when it just blew everything away, it even ended up taking Gordon off his feet, sends him flying. The mother, everybody's flying around the room, going crazy.
Storm, lightning.
Yes, everything.
Did you notice the part where lightning ended up electrocuting Gordon's head?
Well, it ends up throwing Tully and the mom right out the window, and they go flying into caskets. And they close down into the grave holes, and Pugsley and Wednesday are there with shovels waiting.
Did you hear what Pugsley said? Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, he said, you think they're dead?
Or alive? And she's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I guess they're just going to leave there, and then...
They're dead now.
But the thing is, like, how did they know that was going to happen? Number two, because Pugsley was on the side of the guy.
Yep.
Wednesday was on the side of the girl, and they had their names on the tombstones.
And also...
I think they did plan on killing them anyway, because they were going to get revenge.
Okay.
So they made these tombstones for them. And then, they were just now getting done digging. They just threw the caskets in there, and then them bitches just flew in there.
Obviously, they must have super strength to be able to dig 6 feet down a normal grave. And then also, I guess they just have caskets on hand to be able to and headstones and hurt. Do they have super speed? Is it super strength or super speed?
Strength.
Well,
they gotta have something.
Well, you never know what Pugsley and Whatchcall doing when they weren't selling lemonade, so how they're digging.
Okay,
it was nighttime.
How
they wouldn't sleep on a hotel.
How long do you think? How long do you think it takes to hand dig a 6-foot grave?
Days by yourself.
By yourself.
Days.
So they have to have super speed or super strength.
If you're working nonstop, because Lurch don't sleep. I mean, he's just a Frankenstein, so he could just keep going.
But you don't see Lurch at all.
That's
so
right.
It's not Lurch. It's not Lurch.
You don't see him, so he could be doing it.
Yeah.
But no, the kids had the shovels in their hands. So they were the ones.
Part. He could be saying, hey, finish it up. Bury them whenever you get them. I'm done.
No.
I've dug your holes.
Quit playing.
Boom.
You don't see him.
So, my thing is, they knew that they got double-crossed. Why didn't they build one for Fester? Did they already know that they're going to forgive him? Because if it was me and he double-crossed me, I'm building one for all three of these motherfuckers.
Shit.
But maybe they thought...
If it was just them two, they had to take their time. 2 at a time now. Well,
maybe
like you
they
said,
thought that the mom...
book electrocutes him. And we go to 7 months later. It's Halloween. Kids show up dressed for trick-or-treating, and Lurch opens up and scares everyone away. Pugsley and Wednesday come down in their costumes, and Wednesday, and Pugsley is dressed up as Uncle Fester.
Uncle Fester.
And then we see the wife of the lawyer and cousin It are together, and Wednesday says that she's a homicidal maniac dressed up like everyone else.
Yeah, because the lady, the lawyer's wife, ex-wife, I guess, was just like, well, what are you supposed to be? Like, she's dressed as a princess or a fairy or something.
While Lurch does some hand painting of Uncle Fester and Pugsley, cousin It asks about...
well, you don't know what the fuck cousin is ask
something.
about because it's gibberish.
And Gomez explains that the doctor did phone call for Fester because he said that 25 years ago, he had busted his head or something and got amnesia. So it's the actual Uncle Fester, and he's able to light a light bulb with his mouth.
Wait, no, you fucked up. No. So Uncle Fester was in Bermuda Triangle. There was a storm. The lady, I don't know her name, but the lady found Uncle Fester in a tuna net off of the shore of Bermuda Triangle with no memory. So she ended up taking him in and manipulating him and be like, oh, I'm your mother, yada, 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 yada.
Yeah, but he had a yada, 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 yada. But he had this weird light bulb trick where he would put it in his mouth and it'd light up. And that's the Funko Pop they made of him.
Oh, really?
In his mouth, yeah.
Oh.
It should have been a Chase figure because it would have been worth a lot
pretty
more.
cool.
I would have got it.
I think I do have it, or Mandy bought it. Well, I don't know. Anyway, he's such a weird trick, and the family decides to go out for a game called Wake the Dead. They'll go outside and start digging up graves in the cemetery.
Yeah, whatever, because Uncle Fester was talking about like, oh, I'm going to get a pelvis and 2 heads or a pelvis and like 2 arms or something like that. So I guess the game is getting enough bones or something.
Well, Gomez and Morticia are just appreciating the time and the moment of family. And then Gomez says, what more could we ask for? And Morticia pulls up this knitted baby sweater with 3 legs.
Yes.
And it turns out they're going to have a baby.
Another baby.
As they share a kiss in their doorway. The family dig away, having fun. And the camera pans out and fades to black as the words go up on the Addams Family. Bum, bum, bum. Amazing. And now, after our movie review, we'll be hitting you up with some of those amazing facts that you might not have known about the Addams Family.
Extra, extra, hear all about it.
We got the facts.
All right, I'll start this bad boy off. You ready, Grizz?
Let's go.
The idea came from a car ride. The inspiration to bring back the Addams Family to the big screen
Come on,
struck
Koala.
producer Scott Rudin when he and other studio executives spontaneously started singing the theme song from the original TV series during a van ride after a movie screening. Grizz?
We danced the mamushka while Nero fiddled is a reference to the Emperor Nero of Rome during the reign of 64 AD. Emperor Nero was performing on stage for his people, playing his lyre, when his city burst into flames.
Oh, shit.
They don't explain why it burst into flames. I'm assuming an enemy was coming to conquer it. But as the flames engulfed the city, Nero continued to play while the fire itself burned for 6 days and destroyed 70% of the city.
Yeah.
That is the mamushka.
Wow.
Mushka.
Yep. Koala.
After the movie premiered, children would frequently recognize Raul Julia as Gomez Addams out in public, which accordingly to him always brought a smile to his face. Julia stated that Gomez Addams was by far his favorite role, and his family said that this recognition was especially meaningful to him in the final months of his life because he loved performing for children and making them happy whenever the opportunity presented himself. Panda?
MC Hammer's Addams Groove. The music video for MC Hammer's song Addams Groove was played before the film in theaters during its initial run. The song even won a Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Original Song.
Oh, damn.
I'm going to have to listen to that. Grizz?
Due to the rights issues, the film was not released on DVD in countries outside the North America, except for Ireland and Great Britain until 2013.
Wow.
Koala?
According to Angelica Houston, Christina Ricci came up with Wednesday's sleeping position with her arms folded across her chest herself. Panda?
Bro, she lying like a motherfucker. That's
I'll tell you a special personal fact. The first time I ever took sleep aid, I woke up like that. My arms were crossed and I was like, what the fuck? Oh no.
I'm not dead.
Weird. It was weird. But Tim Burton was almost the director.
Oh, man.
Before Barry Sonnenfeld took the helm, Tim Burton was initially approached to direct the film. However, he was busy working on Batman Returns at the time.
Man, that would have been great.
Yeah, but I'd rather have Batman Returns. I'm sorry, guys. Grizz?
The Addams Family car is a 1932 Packard Twin 6, valued today at $480,000.
Ridiculous. And I bet people wouldn't even drive that car. The exterior of the Addams house was built for $100,000. Panda?
Wow. Okay. Director's cameo. Keep an eye out for the director Barry Sonnenfeld in a brief cameo as a passenger on the model train that Gomez is playing with.
Okay.
Grizz?
Okay, when Fester arrives at the Addams Family house, his trunk bears travel stickers from locations known for horrible events and disasters: Elba, Jonestown, and Bermuda Triangle, Death Valley, the Black Hole of Calcutta, 3 Mile Island, Alcatraz, Pompeii, Devil's Island, and others. Koala?
To make Angelica Houston's eyes look slanted like the original Morticia, the makeup artists had to attach strings with spirit gum to the outside corners of her eyes and anchor the strings on her head. Panda?
Turbulent production. The making of the movie was reportedly quite chaotic. The budget overruns, constant rewrites, and even health issues affecting the cast and crew. Grizz?
Okay. Did you know that Wednesday's middle name is Friday? Wednesday, Friday, Addams.
That's funny.
Koala?
In order to gain Morticia's figure, Angelica Houston wore a metal corset. She also had to get gauze eye lifts, neck tucks, and fake nails daily. She told Entertainment Weekly, "Come afternoon, I could be prone to a really good headache from my various bondages. And because I couldn't lie down in the corset or rest, it was fairly exhausting." But she looked damn good, though. Panda?
Fester's height illusion. Christopher Lloyd, who played Uncle Fester, is actually only an inch shorter than Raul Julia, who played Gomez. To make Fester appear shorter and squatter, Lloyd often kept his knees bent during filming, which also gave him his distinctive walk. Grizz?
Definitely seemed weird.
I think I'm done. Koala?
Uh-oh. Early makeup designs for Gomez included dark circles around his eyes, similar to Fester's. This was eliminated before filming, but can still be seen on the film's posters and other other material. I'm just going to stick with other material. Panda.
Raul Julia's favorite role. Raul Julia often said that Gomez Addams was his favorite role, and he was always delighted when children recognized him from the movie. His family noted that this recognition was particularly meaningful to him in the last months of his life. Koala?
Director Barry Sonnenfeld had not originally planned to use the theme music from the Addams Family, the 1964, in the movie. He included it in the opening sequence after positive reactions to the early trailer, which included the theme. Panda?
First-time director stress. Barry Sonnenfeld, known previously as a cinematographer, was making his directorial debut with this film. The pressure of the role reportedly caused him considerable stress, leading to fainting spells on set and other health issues. Koala?
I'm going to kind of tag on that. So, director of photography, Owen Rosman, quit the production after about a month to go work on another film. His replacement, Gil Tattersall, I am butchering these people's names, had his contribution cut short not long afterwards when he had to quit after being rushed to hospital with a severe sinus infection. Fed up with the situation, Barry Sonnenfeld took over the cinematography himself, reasoning that it...
Cinematography?
What?
Not cinematography. What the fuck? Talking about butchering names, you butcher regular words.
What's the word? Cinematography? Cinematography. That is not what the word is fucking spelled out. The end of the word says graphy. I'm sticking with himself. Anyways, reasoning that if anything happened to him, then production would be shut down, so he didn't have much to lose. Sonnenfeld was an accomplished, whatever that word is, before becoming a successful director, so he knew what he was doing. Panda.
Script problems. The screenwriter underwent constant rewrites throughout the filming process. This often creates uncertainty and delays on set as actors and crews have to adapt to new material frequently. Koala?
Cher wanted to play the role of Morticia, which I think she still would have been good. But I really liked...
Not as good as Angelica.
Yeah, she did really good. Panda?
Production delays and budget overruns, the combination of script changes, various health problems amongst the cast and crew, and the general challenges of a large-scale production led to multiple delays. As a result, the movie went significantly over budget by about $5 million.
Dang.
Koala?
At the beginning of the movie, Gomez lamentates that it's been 25 years since Fester disappeared. The Addams Family movie was released in 1991, 25 years after the television version of the Addams Family, 1964, was canceled in 1966, possibly implying that he left home following the show's cancellation, ignoring the fact in the series Fester is Morticia's uncle, not Gomez's older brother. Panda.
That's interesting.
I've never seen the 1964 version of the Addams Family, so I don't know anything about it.
Well, I'm out on that one. That was my last one earlier.
Ooh, okay. Originally, director Barry wanted the film to be PG, but the MPAA found the film to be too violent and dark in some parts. As a result, they said the lowest the rating could be was PG-13. Afterwards, Sonnenfeld decided to add in a few innuendos to make the film funnier since it got the stronger rating. Although Pugsley is the older brother of Wednesday, Christina Ricci, who plays Wednesday, is almost 8 months older than Jimmy Workman, who plays Pugsley. This is the first time Thing appears as a disembodied hand that runs on its fingers. In the Addams Family 1964 and its 1973 cartoon adaptation, he appeared as a forearm that only emerged from boxes in the Addams Family mailbox. This is my last one. Judith Malina, who played the grandmama, was doing 12-hour days while caked in latex. That was probably tough, but Houston says that Melina had a means of managing the discomfort during the shoot. She would apparently just smoke one joint after another in her trailer whenever she wasn't needed on set.
My girl.
How about that? And those are your facts for the Addams Family.
Whoop, whoop.
Jeez. Now we'll move on to our final thoughts. I thought Addams Family was an okay one. I don't know if maybe, when I was younger, I would have probably been like, yeah, this is cool, this is crazy. But I'm not a kid anymore. Yeah, it was a little soft. I felt like they could have went a little harder. I mean, rated R Addams Family, I'm down for that. I think it would have been a little better. I don't know, maybe the story could have been a little better. Different tale, maybe. I did enjoy the actors, though. I thought everybody was on point. It was awesome, especially Lurch. But it just wasn't there for me as a movie for a whole, so I'm just going to say that it was an okay one. Koala, my raven, my rose, my exquisite torment, a thought as dark and delightful as an ancestral crypt
Hold a hand.
has seized my very soul. Imagine, if you will, a scenario, a most intriguing predicament. If your family was immortal, would you let them try to kill each other? Or would you say that Addams Family was a good one?
I want to say that Addams Family is a great one. I love the weirdness. I love Halloween. Like, I am down for anything weird, creaky, kooky, anything. But unfortunately, I think the Addams Family is an okay one. I really, really love the cartoon version of this, and the story flowed better. But I think before picking this one, that it was a good one. But then rewatching it, I did end up changing it to an okay one. I guess in my mind, I'm like, oh, that was a badass movie. But then when I rewatched it, I was like, that's actually not as what I thought it was.
That's what we're here for.
Yep. So I like the storyline of Uncle Fester having his memory lost for 25 years and trying to get into the vault. But the lady and the lawyer, I don't know. The lady just didn't seem like a loan shark or whatever her occupation was. I wanted more of a background person. Like, you know me, I want more background. I'm just a background person. So with not having much of a background on her and where they've been, because if she's been in this town with Fester/Gordon for 25 years and the only thing that was keeping them from noticing him was his hair, that just seems unrealistic to me. Also never discussed what they are, obviously, which they are obviously something more than human. And it seems obvious that there's something more, but I want to know what. Because each character, they don't look alike. So it seems to me like each character is something different. So I just want to know, like, hey, Morticia's a vampire. Hey, the kids are immortal. Or Gomez is a werewolf or whatever. Because Lutch Addams, or Lumpy Addams, he looked like he was a werewolf or something hairy or something like that. So I just wanted something more. I think they were really concerned about showing Morticia and Gomez love, that they could have taken a few of those scenes out and they could have gotten to the background story a little bit more. I think Morticia, Gomez, Wednesday, Mama, and Lurch were played really well, but I think that they should have done something different for Pugsley. He just didn't fit the role, in my opinion. And I still haven't decided on how I like with Uncle Fester, but I think overall, I do like that it's odd and kooky, but
not altogether spooky. Thank you.
It's an okay one.
All right, Gris. Jesus Christ.
Let me get it out.
Gris, you look like the black Uncle Fester.
Nice.
No,
that's it. That's all I got.
That's fucked up.
Would you say that the Addams Family...
Get on IG and you let me know if I look like the black Uncle Fester.
Would you say that Addams Family was a good one?
I would say that it was a good one. I used to love this movie growing up. I didn't know anything about the storyline, but doing it now, I think I like the story of Fester forgetting, who he was and trying to reintroduce himself to the family. I know there's a lot of, honestly, I'm pretty sure you guys love the fact that when you watch this movie the first time, again, you laughed. Did you laugh out loud?
I was dying at the blood scene.
That's the only thing that is like that seals the movie for you. That's a good movie if it makes you laugh out loud. Because there's a bunch of movies that we've seen, you guys know, that you don't laugh at, that you don't have any emotions with, right? This one, when I watched this a couple of times, a lot of parts made me laugh. I think that right there is a good movie because they go over the top with not over the top, but it's the perfect amount of weirdness and comedy to get you more interested.
Yep.
Addams Family, 1991. It's a good one. Addams Family Values is a little better.
Oh, wow.
But this one's a good one.
Wow. And there you have it, guys. Now we're going to move on to movie 20 questions. Hosted by Grizzly.
Grizzly.
Let the interrogation begin.
Do the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire sound. This one is brought to you by my wife, Kay, but this is her favorite movie.
Are we going with year or genre?
Yeah, we got to get a year first.
Okay. Are we doing 10-year increments like 1990?
We can do a back and forth year and genre.
Sure.
All right.
Go first because you're always very...
2000 to 2010. Was this movie made between 2000 and 2010?
No.
So genre now.
All right.
Drama, comedy, horror?
Do it.
Okay. Is this a drama, comedy, horror?
Yes.
Okay. So year for you.
1990 to 99.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. Comedy, horror. Is this a comedy or horror?
Yes.
Okay.
Get some yeses here. Get some yeses. 90 to 95.
No.
Ooh. Okay. Is this a horror movie?
No.
Okay. So it is a comedy.
96 to 98.
No.
So it's 99.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. This is a 1999 comedy. Try to do actors.
Yeah. Adam Sandler,
Okay. It's a big one.
Will Smith, Martin Lawrence.
I'm down. Did you hear those ones?
I did?
Adam Sandler, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence.
No.
No. Ooh. Okay. Did you tell her the rules of it not being a stupid ass movie that nobody's gonna know about?
You're going to know about this movie.
Okay. 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 So no Will Smith. Who was the actors off American Pie? Do you remember that movie?
Sean William Scott.
Okay. Do you want to do that one as an actor? And then add a couple more. So no Adam Sandler.
No Will Smith.
Heath Ledger. Wasn't he in a lot? I know he was in 10 Things I Hate About You, but I feel like he was in a lot.
Mountain.
Well, is that considered? Oh. I'm choosing Heath Ledger. What is your third pick?
Oh, only get one.
No, you chose.
Mike Myers.
Okay. So Sean William Scott, Heath Ledger, or Mike Myers?
No.
Damn.
Want to do a rating?
6?
Yeah, that was 9.
Oh, 9.
I'm not looking into the ratings.
Is this movie rated PG-13? Because that'll help us out.
PG or R? I would assume a comedy movie would go R.
Yes.
See? So if we go R, now we know it's not like
I have never thought to ask that question. Look at you being smart. Wait, nope, no, Mike. Drew Barrymore. She was a popular female back then.
Ben Stiller.
Okay, let's do those two. Drew Barrymore.
Well, let's add one more.
Okay, what is your third one? Because the Big Daddy.
Adam Sandler.
Was that 3?
No, not yet.
Oh.
Comedy.
I wish I can give y'all a hint.
Yeah, you can. You're going to give it.
Did we say Martin Lawrence?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we're saying
Yes, we did.
Ain't no Martin up in there.
We already said.
Lawrence. All right, let's do these actors, and then I want to ask if this is a kid movie.
Will Ferrell. He's a big popular dude.
No. Was he popular in 99? What did he do in 99? He didn't do dick in 99.
He was Bob Woodward.
Oh, that's all he did in 99 was dick. How about that?
Brendan Fraser. He was also a popular one in the 90s. Blast from the past.
No.
He was in a funny
Remember-
movie back in the day, wasn't he?
Fallout Shelter. Tim Allen. Ooh, he's another big one. I mean, obviously, I only remember him in the
Listen,
Santa
we had
Claus.
the three: the Adam Sandler, Ben Stiller, and who else?
Whoa. No, we already did Adam Sandler.
Drew Barrymore. Adam Sandler.
No.
I mean Ben Stiller.
And then you haven't said the third one. Matthew Perry. Let's do Matthew Perry. He was in Friends. He was popular back then.
He does not like Matthew Perry.
We only have so many. Natalie Portman. She was a female. If we're about to stick with Drew Barrymore, let's add another female. She was also in Anywhere But Here. A younger.
Who is in She's All That?
I think we already said
That's
that.
Amanda Bonds.
She's All That?
Is that the one with the soccer?
No. That is the one with the guy that is married to the lady who was in Scooby-Doo. What's his name?
Scoob?
No, Freddie Prinze Jr. He was Fred in Scooby-Doo in the movie. The lady was Rachel Cook. I don't really remember her, but he was in it.
Okay, just add a third. We got Ben Stiller, Drew Barrymore. Who was in Drop Dead Gorgeous? I remember that movie come out in 99 because I was a big fan. I waited out in the midnight release and I was there.
Out in the rain?
Yeah. I did not do that.
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst. All right.
Okay, so Drew Barrymore,
Good actress.
Ben Stiller, Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten.
Kirsten?
Yeah.
Okay, so we had a dog named Kirsten, and I'm pretty sure that's how we spelled the name.
Well, Kirsten's not a fucking dog. She's a great actor, okay?
No.
None of those.
Okay.
Did we get the actors from 10 Things I Hate About You?
Yeah, because Heath Ledger was in that
Can you
one.
ask about Heath Ledger?
Yes. So we have officially asked about Adam Sandler, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, Sean William Scott, Heath Ledger, Mike Myers. I was about to say Millie Myers. Mike Myers, Drew Barrymore, Ben Stiller, and Kirsten Dunst.
Is this a kid movie?
While you're coughing up.
This, I don't know.
Is the story of a girl.
PG-13, right?
Yeah, but like, is it like if it's a kid movie? It's not about dating or
Sex.
like crap. Yeah, the stuff. 10 Things I Hate About You. Like that's not a kid movie. Like the Iron Giant is a kid movie.
I don't know. I answer this.
None of those are kid movies. The ones that are popping are not kid movies.
If I can give a hint, it's not kids.
We can't do hints.
Okay.
Who the fuck can't do hints? She can't do hints. You can tell me.
Okay, I will give you
Cheeto.
guys this thing. Is that I don't think it's a kid's movie.
So no. We on 13.
He's not answering that.
Listen. There's there's
Get out.
kind of adult themes and kind of kid themes. So I'm not 100% sure to answer that.
See, so that don't count as a question. So you need to give us that shit.
Brendan Fraser.
Different way.
That's my next person. Brendan Fraser.
Is that the only person you
No.
Okay.
Talking to him specifically. We've already done Ben Stiller. Yes. I have to go back. Done Will Smith.
All right, one more actor thing, and then we're going to do
Tim Allen. Tim Allen was a big one.
maybe another drama, another category of genre.
Taye Diggs. Ooh, he's a good looking man. Taye Diggs. Give me 1 second. Have we said anything about Natalie Portman yet? I'm about to have more than 3 just so we can just get this knocked out. Oh, and Matthew Perry. So you're going to have to decide because I remember a few big people back in the day. Brendan Fraser, Tim Allen, Taye Diggs, Natalie Portman, and Matthew Perry. Well, I'm talking
Are any of those in that movie?
You just going to automatically give them all?
No.
All out of here. All right. Is this
Damn.
a action comedy?
Romantic comedy? Because we've already said drama, comedy, horror. Said yes. And then comedy, horror, yes. So we stuck with comedy. So it's not a drama and it's not a horror.
Oh, you know it's not a horror.
Fuck, I guess I don't. God damn it.
Oh, damn.
Have we been looking up the wrong one? No. I asked if it was a horror and he said no. So it was strictly a comedy. I'm glad I wrote this shit down.
Okay, yeah, me too.
So it could be a romantic comedy. Is there a sci-fi
Action
comedy?
comedy, romantic comedy, or black comedy.
Yes.
Action, romantic, black
Is it
comedy.
15?
That's 13.
That's 13.
Yep, that's 13.
I thought you guys would get it within 15.
Obviously, we're fucking up.
I'm thinking black comedy.
I mean, she is married to a black man, so.
She do like to do.
Yeah.
Just ask black comedy. I
Let's do
mean,
it.
we got a black comedy.
No.
No,
So
I
it's
bet
romantic
it's
or what was the other crime?
or action.
Action comedy.
I think more romantic. Want to just hit it?
Yeah, just hit it.
Romantic comedy. Long ass pause.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we have a shit ton of actors that we have said no to. So let's crank up our minds and figure out a PG-13 romantic comedy in 1999. I know Julia Roberts was in with a really old guy.
Pretty Woman? Is that 99?
Walking down. Pretty woman.
I think it was more Runaway Bride. Are we sticking with actors?
Yeah, that'll kind of narrow down the movie. Runaway Bride, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Runaway Bride.
She's also, Julia Roberts was also in another one, romance only, Notting Hill. So she was, I didn't realize I knew she was in a couple of them.
Did we get the actress from 10 Things I Hate About You?
Yeah, because that's Heath Ledger.
Okay.
But we haven't said anything about She's All That. Freddie Prinze Jr. was in that.
And what about romantic comedy? What about Rob Schneider?
What's he in?
Deuce Bigelow.
Rob Schneider. Let's say that. Julia Roberts, Freddie Prinze Jr., Rob Schneider.
Let's do one more.
One more?
Yeah, just for the homies.
We
Who
already-
played in Who played in The Space Between Us?
I don't think I watched that movie. This is about to be a movie that we've never even fucking watched. It's going to be like not a big movie.
I'm probably sure, Sam, you've watched this one. Brandon, you might have.
Probably not.
You might have.
Is it better than chocolate? That's a movie.
What's the fourth one you want to do? So there's Julia Roberts.
Did you do Matthew Perry already?
Yes.
Okay. You got Rob Schneider.
Yep. Julia Roberts, Freddie Prinze Jr., Rob Schneider.
Drive Me Crazy.
It's going to be 17.
That's going to be 16.
Midnight Summer's Dream. We Did Never Been Kissed.
Oh, who is that actress or actor on that one? Did we do
That's
Bruce?
Drew Barrymore. We did Drew Barrymore.
Yep, we did that one. What about Bruce Willis? Did we do him? We didn't do him.
Any
The Story of Us, but that was strictly romance. I'm not remembering anything that's romance comedy.
The One and Only. What you know about The One and Only?
The One and Only?
Yeah, it's a Danish movie. Don't worry about it. Don't ask me how I know. What about have we mentioned this movie?
We haven't said any actually movie names. We've just strictly been doing
We've said a
actors.
lot of movies as we've been talking.
Let's do these last actors, and then we can do that stupid ass question. Julia Roberts, Freddie Prinze Jr., Rob Schneider.
No.
Fucking A. Okay.
Have we mentioned this movie yet? As we're talking, like all the movies we named.
What number are you on?
What if we stick with this? Have we mentioned this movie? Number 17.
Can I give a hint also?
Sure, why not? Because at this point,
I give y'all a hint, bro. You haven't said the movie, but you've said a name of somebody who's in the movie.
so it's a name that we didn't write down then. Who the fuck did we not write down? Because I feel like the names that we said we wrote down and asked.
No, there's a bunch of names y'all didn't.
Oh, damn.
Write it down. Try to think.
But Amanda Bynes.
What movie was she in? I know she was in a lot, but she wasn't in a...
She was in that one, man. She was in that one.
That one is a good one, though. Amanda Bynes.
Amanda Bynes. About 30 days. She watch French films?
Hey, me and you both know that Kay ain't cultured like that. To watch French movies.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be Friday or something, man. Yeah, dang. Kay can't believe it. Favorite movie of all
Kay
time.
is actually a white girl at heart.
Dang. It's going to be Goodwill Hunting.
Because she's a white girl, guys.
So I need you to tap into your inner white girl because I've got a clue that Kay is a white girl at heart.
Okay.
There you go.
Which means
I'm supposed to know it?
we're in an interracial relationship and she's white.
I mean...
Because she's a white girl.
we already took out She's All That. That's definitely one that I watched a lot of times as a kid. Or not even a kid, but like as a teenager.
What about 30 Days?
30 days. You're going to have to give them... Oh, that's... So, okay. When we say romance comedy, it has to be stated romance comedy to be considered the movie. Because what I'm remembering is strictly romance or comedy. It's not both. So I can take out the ones that I'm like, ooh, Message in a Bottle. That's a romance, but it's not a romance comedy.
Then it's out of here. It is out of here.
Then I am struggling.
Let me ask about David Spade.
What the fuck was he in?
Lost and Found.
Never seen that. David Spade. So we got Amanda Bynes, David Spade. I feel like we are... What's the... Sarah Michelle? Good Lord, Michelle Gellar. She was married to Freddie Prinze Jr., but she was also a big actress at that time. You want to do those three? Amanda Bynes, David Spade, Sarah Gellar.
Sarah Gellar?
Yeah, she was the wife, or she is the wife of Freddie Prinze Jr., but she was a major actress in 90s.
Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Okay, now I know who it is. You gotta say the whole name.
Fuck does it matter?
Nobody knows
Nobody knows her by
Sarah Gellar.
Good
Sarah
Lord.
Michelle Gellar. Yeah, you gotta
Okay.
say. It's like Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah, nobody knows
don't know who that
Michael
is.
Duncan.
I don't know what that is. Okay. Do you want to do more or just stick with those three?
You hear that? She said she don't know who that is.
I don't know. who
Green
it is.
Mile? What the
Green Mile?
Daredevil.
No, I haven't watched Daredevil.
Planet of the Apes?
I haven't seen that.
Scorpion King?
I mean, I have seen that, but who the fuck was he in it?
The big
voice
black
acting,
dude
too.
that's in there.
That big black
Biggest,
dude was
blackest man you ever
fucking
seen.
Dwayne
Talladega
Rock
Nights.
Johnson.
Talladega
fought
Nights,
him.
bro. Talladega Nights.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I
Don't
was
you
only
put that shit on me and bring it about me.
hey, I was only looking at The Rock when I was watching Scorpion King. So,
It made her slick.
good lord, quit playing. Are we sticking with the three?
Let's do one more, man. Let's do one more. I mean, we got a
What
few
about-
questions and a lot of movies to
Have
go.
we already?
That's going to be 18. I asked this.
Yeah, we've already said Julia Roberts. I already said Ty Dick. I keep
Already said
going
Heath
back
Ledger.
to the same ones. Yep.
I've got all the 1999.
Ooh, you know who we missed?
Oh,
Sandra Bullock.
Demolition.
I was thinking more of like
So she
Forces-
does have some culture.
Sandra Bullock.
Nice.
Okay, so we're gonna do 4. Amanda Bynes, Sandra Bullock, David Spade, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Is it Michael or Michelle?
It's Michelle. She's not
Michelle
Sarah
Gellar.
Michael Gellar. Who the fuck is Sarah
What's that
Michael
look on your
Gellar?
face? Did we already say it?
It's not on there.
Motherfucker. Did you get the right year down?
Got the right year down.
Aw,
That's not the. That's
that's some bullshit.
Yeah, because that's romantic comedies.
Should we take out the romantic or should we take out the comedy?
it's both. That's all.
What the fuck? How are we supposed to figure this out if it ain't even on here? Are we sticking with what I just said?
I want to help you guys so much.
Amanda Bynes, Sandra Bullock, David Spade, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Are we sticking with those?
Did we do Julia Roberts already?
Yes, we did, and that was a no.
What about Melissa Joan Hart?
Doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, put her in there.
What's her name?
Melissa Joan Hart. She was Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh, okay. That's 5. That'll be 5 actors or actresses.
Let's do it.
Amanda Bynes, Sandra Bullock, David Spade, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Melissa Joan Hart.
No.
Fucking A. That was 18. This is going to be some bullshit one that ain't even a legit fucking movie that your mama pulled 2 or 3 ones before.
Yeah, it's horrible. But I'm sure. I feel like I'm sure y'all have seen this movie.
Okay, you can't put me into it because I didn't start watching like legit good movies until I fucking met this man.
said
I was
this
watching
is a
some
good
bullshit
movie?
shit.
Who said this is a good movie?
I guess nobody.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like this damn movie.
Okay, so 1990. I'm just gonna do 1999.
That's what the year is anyway. What the hell are you talking
Yeah, but I was doing like 1990 romantic comedy movies.
What do we do a distributor?
Sure.
Paramount Pictures, Universal, Walt Disney, or Miramax?
I'm gonna go ahead and say take Disney just does kids mainly, but they've been broadening their horizons. But in 1999, they weren't.
And
doing-
99, Walt Disney did 10 Things I Hate About You.
But we've already taken him out because
They
that's
also
Heath
did
Ledger.
The Other Sister.
Who's in Other Sister?
Fucking no, just remember they did The Other Sister. You think about that.
Okay, say it again.
Who are you on? Just 2?
Two.
I mean, you can't say them all and then be like, oh yeah, we're already about to be our 19th question.
Okay, so let me list the distributors of 99 for romantic comedies.
Okay.
There's Paramount Pictures.
Okay.
There's Universal.
Okay.
Miramax. 20th Century Fox. DreamWorks.
Oh, fuck.
Walt Disney.
No.
Warner Bros. New Line Cinema.
No.
Fox Searchlight.
Fox is the same as the other Fox.
No, that's 20th Century Fox and Fox Searchlight.
They don't do the same shit?
Trimark.
Oh, fucking
Sony Pictures.
Ugh.
Goldwyn Entertainment.
Meh.
Cowboy Pictures. Artistic License, and Lionsgate. It's not that many, but it is
There's
that
a
many
lot.
with as many questions as we have left.
We only have 2 questions left. It's 20 questions, correct? So we only have 2.
So let's do 4 of them.
I say Fox. fuck Disney, because I don't think like a romantic comedy is gonna be that.
So 20th Century Fox, Miramax.
What did Miramax? That doesn't sound like a.
Miramax did Shakespeare in Love and She's All That.
We've already taken She's All That because that was Freddie Prinze Jr.
Okay, and they also did An Ideal Husband.
I don't know who's in that one.
Okay, we could take. Oh, well, they did The Very Thought of You and Irish Blonde. Iris Blonde, I think it was. But anyways, okay, we can take Miramax out. But what about Universal? They did Notting Hill.
Which we took out that because Julia Roberts.
Oh, she was in that?
Yep, Julia Roberts was in that one. And that was strictly a romance. So we can take that one out. But what else? Do you remember what else?
They did The Best Man. They did The Story of Us.
I don't know if we've done the actress on that one.
Well, actually, that's rated R, so that one.
What was the one before Best Man?
That was it.
No, there was. You said 3. There was. What was the one before?
For Universal?
Yeah,
Notting Hill?
No, after that one.
After Notting Hill for Universal was The Best Man, which is rated R.
Oh.
Then there was A Story of Us, which is rated R.
Okay, then no, because it's a PG-13.
Okay, so it looks like Universal might be out too then. Then we have...
What do you, the first one that you said?
Paramount?
Yes.
Paramount did Runaway Bride.
That's with also Julia Roberts, so we canceled that one out.
Okay.
That movie specifically.
They did 200 Cigarettes. That's rated R, so...
Can't do that one.
Paramount also did... That's it for Paramount that year.
Okay, so we can take that one out.
Okay. Did we cancel Universal out already? Universal and Miramax. 20th Century Fox did Never Been Kissed.
I haven't watched that one. Wait. Never Been Kissed was with Drew Barrymore. We took that one out.
Okay, and then they also did Drive Me Crazy.
I don't recall that one.
Well, Fox Searchlight did A Midnight Summer's Dream.
That sounds like B-rated fucking movie.
That's Shakespeare.
Do we think Kay watched Shakespeare?
You'd be surprised. 20th Century Fox also did Simply Irresistible.
Seen that one. Irresistible. Which I think we already wrote 20th Century Fox.
There's Something About Mary.
Hey. I remember
sounds
that
like
movie.
BS. I've never seen that movie.
Among Giants, but that's rated R.
So no.
And that's it for the Foxes.
So we took out Universal. We took out Paramount. What about Disney? Ooh, let's try DreamWorks.
They did Forces of Nature.
Never seen that.
They did The Love Letter, which is PG-13.
Okay.
So he was in that. Who's in The Love Letter?
Do you know? Have you seen that one? To watch that one.
I recall a poster, but I don't.
You said Love Letter?
Think it was that great. The Love Letter, and that's all for DreamWorks in '99.
I wouldn't put my money into that one.
So we got 20th Century Fox.
That's it so far.
All Disney did The Other Sister, which is PG-13, and they also did 10 Things I Hate About You.
Which we took that one out because, rest in peace, Heath Ledger. We canceled him out. That was a no.
Well, that's it for Walt Disney for 99. Warner Bros.
That one probably be it.
They did You've Got Mail.
Never seen that.
Mickey Blue Eyes, which is PG-13. They did 3 to Tango, which has Matthew Perry in it, though, so no. Not that
I don't think we got to his name, did we?
You said
yes, we did.
Matthew
We
Perry.
did. So that's a no.
They did Lost and Found, which was David Spade.
Which we already said no to him.
I think that's about it for...
This is going to be some bullshit actor or actresses that we don't know about.
This is it for Warner Bros. Where they did Universal. New Line Cinema. They did Blast from the Past. That was PG-13. They did The Bachelor. That's PG-13. And what else did they do that year? Are they still around?
I have never heard of that production company.
Quit seen them in a while.
So I got 20th Century Fox and New Line. All the other ones we've canceled out.
Trimark. Oh, that's rated R. They do rated R stuff.
I've never heard of that production company.
I think that's it, man.
So 20th Century Fox or New Line for production companies?
Let's do 20th Century Fox.
Is this a 20th Century Fox production company?
No.
Fucking A. This is our last question.
Well, it's got to be New Line then.
Hint?
Blast from the Past or The Bachelor?
Hint?
Sure.
It's not 20.
You just said it's not 20th Century Fox.
Oh, sorry. It's not.
Thanks for the hint. You son of a bitch.
You said it's not New Line?
It's not.
It's not New Line either.
Romantic comedies of 99.
I don't fucking know. This is the last question anyway.
Is this a romantic comedy?
Yes, I will show you after I'm done.
Swear to God.
Okay, I'm just gonna stick with these three. Diane Keaton, Jason Bateman, RuPaul, Ryan Reynolds. That's 4. Are any of these actors or actresses in this damn movie?
No.
Fucking A. This is gonna be a movie that we don't know fucking nothing about.
What is your guess?
What is your guess, babe?
Did we do people from Drop Dead Gorgeous?
Yeah, we already did that one. That's a no. Brendan Fraser's a no.
She's all that?
Yep, said no.
What about
There's Outside Providence with Alec Baldwin.
Blast from the Past?
We already said no to that one.
For the Love of the Game. For the
Who's in that one?
Of the Game.
That's
the one.
Love of the Game. That's not that basketball one, is it?
No, that's yeah, I'm talking about Kevin Costner.
Let's make that as the choice.
All right.
I'm done.
Is it For the Love of the Game?
You guys got it wrong.
I was about to say, damn, we got it.
Fucking Bicentennial Man.
No, it wasn't. What movie was it?
So this was a Paramount movie. It was also an SNL Studios movie. Go ahead and look on your phones and see
Night
which
at
one.
the Roxbury.
1999 Paramount movie.
Paramount.
Did we say what?
SNL Studios 1999 movie.
Sleepy Hollow's non-romantic comedy. Varsity Blues, The Talented Mr. Ripley, South Park, Payback, Double Jeopardy, The Wood, The General's Daughter, Bringing Out the Dead, 200 Cigarettes. Okay, there's too many fucking many. Superstar? Is it fucking Superstar?
Superstar.
I thought Will Ferrell was in that.
He was.
We said
You
no to Will
didn't-
Ferrell.
You didn't bring up Will Ferrell. You said his name, but then you never said it in the questions. Like I said, if you guys said his name.
Adam Sandler, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, Sean William Scott, Heath Ledger, Mike Myers, Drew Barrymore, Ben Stiller, Kristen Dunst, Brendan Fraser, Tim Allen, Ty Dignan, Matthew Perry.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Molly Shannon, Will Ferrell, Lane Hendricks, and Harlan Williams.
I remember mentioning that
Yep.
fucking name.
This is Kay's favorite movie growing up. And
Superstar?
let's go ahead and
Is that even a fucking romance?
Man, it ain't popping up nowhere on romantic comedies.
Let me show you guys.
That is a just straight up comedy.
Nope.
It's
It
a
says-
comedy drama.
Man! Xavier.
What does that say? What does that say?
Says you on the wrong goddamn
What does that
site.
say?
Oh
That
my
says romance.
God.
Comedy
Is that IB
romance.
or IMDb?
IMDb.
Man, let me pull up.
IMDb.
That's some bullshit.
Yep.
Well, Google's better.
Yeah, it does pull up.
All right, guys.
Orphan Mary Kathleen Gallagher, an ugly duckling at St. Monica's High School, has a dream to kiss Sky, the most popular boy in school. She decides she can realize this dream when she becomes a superstar. Superstar.
That is it for us.
That's
for
some
We
bullshit.
Real Reels, guys. Be on the lookout for our next movie, which is a listener submitted movie, Breakin', if we can find it. Breakin' will be our next movie we are doing. Please be on the lookout for that. If you have any suggestions for a movie for us to review or a movie for 20 questions, send an email at wewillreels@gmail.com or get into our DMs on Instagram at wewillreels on Instagram. But that'll be it for us, guys. Koala,
Bye.
Grizz,
Good job, baby. I love you.
keep on reeling.